Feeling cleaner than I ever would be. It's cooler than Antarctica's weather would be. Damn, I think my swagger is a weapon to me. And dudes don't count you off the record to me. So don't be stepping to me, trying to shake my hand. I'm already the man, ain't trying to make your band. I feel the fact that I'm real, just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fact that I'm real, just make them mad. I be smoking helium to inflate my swerve. I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every lady wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. 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 You're not really seeing me, dog. Real talk. You feeling whacker than you ever would be. In mind, you think you.
Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Guys, we have to get this in place. Hold on, y'all. This light is like way too bright. Sorry. We're gonna get into some things. As you guys know, on Mondays, we do our Basketball Wise review. Y'all, this is the season finale. So hopefully you guys do want to come up and like give us your thoughts at the end of the show about how you feel about this season. It still looks way too bright. Hold on. All right. But before we get into all that stuff, y'all, let's take care of the business of this channel. If you want to join my tribe, please come on my site. Go ahead and subscribe. Turn your notifications, make sure them on all so you're notified every time I go live. Like the video, share the video, comment down in the comment section if you're watching the replay. And if you're watching live after this is done, or if you can right now, comment in the comment section. Let's go get into the intro and let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Every wanna get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
Cindy.
Hey, SoDeb.
What's going on?
Nothing. We made it. We made it to the end.
We did not miss an episode.
No.
I'm so happy for that.
Right.
We really stuck through this struggling in this hard time.
Yes, okay? During this very hard time, but we made it. I'm so relieved and happy. I wanted to ask you before we even get into the ratings, did you feel like it's kind of ended abruptly, or is that just me?
I'll tell you this. I was watching DJ Richie Scott earlier today when he was doing his review of this, and he said something that I really thought that I felt this way too, but I wasn't really sure until he said, I was like, okay, it's not just me. It feels like the show just got started.
Yeah.
For the first episode. It was like we could have really like gotten here first. And I think because of the big gap between part A and part B, so much has happened that we really could have got a really good season. It's because we had that big gap, they should have started re-recording a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. And the way it ended off to me felt like you just said in DJ Richie Sky, which is that it kind of felt like a beginning or like a cliffhanger. And I've never felt that from any other season. It always seems like when the season's done, it feels like that's the end of the season. Yeah. Strange.
So absolutely. I'm with you on that. Let's go ahead and rate it.
Let's read it.
On a scale from 1 to 10 in the chat, what do you guys give the season finale? And then also, let's do this one first, and I want to do another one after this. But on a scale from 1 to 10 from this episode for a season finale, on a scale from 1 to 10, what do you give it? Cindy, what do you got?
I'm gonna give it a 3. I didn't understand it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 3.
Damn.
Because I just feel like, why are we ending it like this? Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. How about you?
Yes. I want to give it like a 6, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
I gotta always explain my number.
That's okay. I want to know.
I want to give it a 6 because I think that outside of the Jackie and Jennifer stuff, There were a lot of things that I seen on this episode that I've been wanting to see. I love the sisterhood when it came down to Brooke and her husband. I love the fact that Brandi and Jackie kind of had a different type of role this episode.
Yeah, they did.
As wives and really helping out Brooke. I think most of it had to do with Brooke, and then also watching this season. This was a Duffey season,
Yeah,
and to see her from the beginning, when we first seen her the first time she came on, up until now, there's been so much progress with Duffey, and I love to see. Oh, I'm getting all tingly inside. I don't know, but I love to see the progress. Duffey, and I think the greatest thing that I seen was Duffey going through therapy with her relationship, with her friendships, and just trying to be a better person. And I think as Black people, like, I love to see that, so.
Yeah,
it gave me a little bit more numbers because of the positivity of the episode. I think,
or you mean having some positivity, not
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm about to jump down the rabbit hole now. I think with this Jackie and Jennifer thing, this doesn't feel like a Jackie
storyline.
No, not the storyline, but a Jackie, like a crazy Jackie moment. It seems like this is like serious for them,
Yeah.
And I guess like normally when Jackie like has her crazy moments, like it's fun, but it seems serious. So that's where it kind of took me down.
Or she has the crazy moment, and then they wrap it up, or they kind of laugh and be like, Jackie, calm down or whatever. And that's not kind of what happened.
Yeah. So like that's when it was taking it down for me.
Got it.
I think that, I seen someone else talking about this too. And they were saying, this is really big for basketball wise as a whole, because we haven't really seen a season where we have this many married women or like engagements and on the way to marriage season.
Right. Or in a relationship at all.
Yeah. So it's like everybody was dating besides British. It was to me like we'll get to that in a minute. So real quick, let's say what's up to everybody till we get to the ratings. What's going on to Beautiful Black in the chat? Silver Diamond, Kishwar, I think that's how you says it. What's going on, Sassy Peach, my boo? Carol, she says hey to both of us. Krishan says it's interesting that people keep trying to pretend that Jackie is not a aging wannabe chicken.
Look at you.
Whoa. You chose violence today, ma'am. Okay. What's up to KMB in the chat?
Hey, KMB.
Lovely Givian is here.
Hey, lovely Givian.
Hey, Miss Bernice. She says, I'm so tired of Jackie's behavior being excused. She's a bully, and the women are consistently making excuses. Doug is not the head coach. Being an assistant, conditioning is not the same. She needs to sit down. I think that's what you're trying to say. All right, so we're getting down to the ratings. Miss Bernice gives it a -3. Okay, she's the one who rated it, and they're commenting about the show. Hold up. Lovey says because of Jackie, I didn't like it. Oh, now that's new. Once again, Jackie putting on for the cameras. Oh,
yeah,
Jackie negativity.
Yeah, it's really Jackie negativity for me.
We don't really see this a lot.
Yeah, it has to be done.
And hey, Cheryl. Okay, so I gave my rating. I said a 6, and that's the reason why I did. And then so now that we've given the rating for the episode as a whole for this whole season, what would you give this season rating?
It's not going to be high.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go with a 4. We'll bump it up.
A 4?
I didn't like it. Yeah, I don't care about these girls.
We're talking about part A and B all together.
Didn't like it. Like it. I didn't like all the arguing and the focus being on Brandi and Malaysia so much in part A, plus the non-twin twins and that whole debacle. And then in part B, it was just repetitive. And I don't care about them like that. I'm sorry. What about you?
Canby says she gives the whole season a 1. Damn. Well, I'm gonna give it first. I'm gonna start off with the 5 only because Brandi was there. That's my fave. I love Brandi, so I give it the 5 just because she was there. She was present.
Yeah.
But if I look at the whole season as a whole, adding Brandi to my 5, I'm gonna give it a 6. And my 5 is very smart. My whole 5 is based off of Brandi by itself.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So and I love to see Brandi on my screen once a week, for part A and part B. I enjoyed that. I wanted Brandi back for so many years, and because I got to see that again, and even if this is the last season,
right?
I'm glad that we went out with Brandi. So,
of course, yes. You
did. Hey, China Sky, she said she gives it a 2. Dia and Rock said, "You see yes, I seen the reunion trailer. I think I want to do a different live for that. Maybe if you have another day for that, Cindy."
Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
Because did you see the trailer?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So yeah, I want to do a different live for that part, but I want to stick strictly on this episode for that today. But Dia and Ross, check out me. What day are you free? Because tomorrow, I don't think me and Kenny Shop are doing our show tomorrow. So if we want to do it tomorrow, it's fine too.
Okay, we could do it any day. Just think about that. Yeah, think about what you want. We can, because it's not that long.
Let's do it. Yeah, it's not. So let's try for tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, maybe like at 7 because I know you get off work, close to this time.
Yeah.
But let's do like 7 o'clock tomorrow. 7 o'clock my time. What time is it for you?
4.
4. So 7 my time for your time. So let's try that for tomorrow, just because that's not long, and we can just talk about it, whatever. So you have that, DM Rocks. Lovely Givian says, again, because of Jackie, I didn't like it. Negative for the whole season. Damn. Okay, wow. Miss Bernice says, Brooke got on my nerves because you already knew you were going to go back to her husband, I think is what she was saying. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Krishawn says, I'm sorry, guys. I want to keep saying nasty things about Jackie. She makes my blood boil. I feel like Shaunie told her to act like, Krishawn, I'm with you. Like I don't say the baboon because that's why I just said it. But, I didn't even say
right.
Jackie wants to keep the mess going. Yes, but I'm with you on that. I feel like they told her that.
Yeah.
Ms. Rennie said, your man-child husband, you didn't need that little intervention. All right, so there's the ratings, guys. And if you are joining in late, just comment in the comment section to let us know what you think for the ratings. So let's jump in, okay?
Let's jump in.
All right. I'm pulling up my notes. Okay, so we start off with Brandi and Jackie. They made them talk about Brooke's husband being in Mexico.
Right.
That seems very small. So, how do you feel about that conversation? I think that it wasn't a lot to even talk about. I mean, I feel like Brandi was rushing, like, what's happening? They wanted to know, was he there? Why was he there? Brandi's like, Jackie, you be lying, girl. But I'm going to just go on how I feel. I want to know. So
yeah. I just felt like, once again, Jackie was being so dramatic. Like the man was dragging her out by her hair or something, being like, oh my God, that's her husband. Oh my God. And then Brandi comes rushing over. She's like, what? She was like, careful to say that she didn't believe her. She was just like, I just don't believe this. But Jackie wouldn't have any reason to make that up. However, she was just acting like she saw her husband there or something. I didn't get the drama of it all.
I feel like if I was Brandi, I was all like he was there with another woman, or it was
that.
like it was given a lot that didn't give anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like they were making it dramatic that he was there when they know that he's trying to get her back. Like I don't know. I just didn't feel like, why are you guys so surprised? She's been telling you she's been going back and forth with her relationship, and maybe she hasn't given them as much detail as she did British, but still they know what her situation is.
Right.
Yes.
Y'all, Sassy Peach is right. Please remember to hit the thumbs up button as you walk in. Now, I do want to comment on this because I did see this. Ian Rock says, I gave the season a 5. P.S. Did you see Brooke and Evelyn were hanging out recently? I did see
that too.
I did see that. And I thought, my God, this is giving me high hopes.
Right.
for what's
And I
happening
mean,
next
because I
season.
because I thought, why would they be hanging out together? Right.
Well, I know why, because there's another season coming.
Well, we'll
Um,
we'll have to see. But I was just like, why are they all hugged up on her story? I'm not on her stories. She did a reel with them,
yeah,
and I was like, okay,
because she went to her son's baseball game, I think.
baseball game,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, why would she do that?
Mhm. Are
So
y'all
we'll have to
filming?
see.
Are y'all
I know.
filming?
I'm like, fingers crossed. I would love to
Yes.
see it. You know.
I think that the way that I think that they made this feel like people not like this, it creates a different atmosphere for the next season.
Yeah, I
And I
agree.
think even like what Richie said, and how we all, me, you, and him feel, when the next season comes up, there's a lot that could happen at this point.
Yeah, yeah,
I think the dynamics between, because Jennifer's going to come back,
yeah,
the dynamics between Jennifer, Evelyn, and Jackie
yeah.
is going to be explosive.
Yep.
Brooke being friends with Evelyn, I love. I hope British is not coming back,
I
or
know. Well, I
or
mean, yeah, we don't need them. They gave nothing to the show and they
yeah,
didn't want to film. They couldn't film. It's
yeah.
just kind of like they gave nothing, you know? I mean, other than the first part, everybody was, hating on Malaysia and mad at her. And then on the second part, they all kind of like sisters. And I hate when
My
they say the
sister,
sister.
sister.
Yeah, every time they say that, I was like, you guys don't talk to each other like sisters, but
Yeah.
okay.
I will
um,
say that I did like the relationship between Brooke, Brandi, and British, and Jennifer. I love the relationship that they had together, but I can't do without British though. Is what I
yeah,
will say that. I think that it will also be interesting because if Evelyn and Brooke are friends, and Brooke and Jennifer are friends, and then Jennifer and Evelyn have made up, what does that look like for the next season?
but I feel like even if they made up, Evelyn
Mhm.
is going to play her part, and she probably would be on the side of either Jackie or possibly even Brooke and Jackie.
We'll say it again.
I said, I feel like, if with Evelyn's dynamic in there, she knows what role to play on the show.
Right.
She's not going to be there braiding everybody's hair. She's going to stir up something. So I feel like the way they're going to probably do that is to have her either come on and be, more of an ally to either Jackie,
Mhm.
who we know that Jen has an issue with,
Mhm.
or she would be more of an ally to like Brooke and Jackie. And Jen would be the odd man out because that's really always been her role up until this season.
Let me tell you why I don't think it's going to be either one of them. I think it's going to be Jennifer because
Okay.
they keep giving Jackie the matriarch of
Role.
the show, and
Okay.
Jennifer and Evelyn are the matriarchs of the franchise. Period.
Right. Right.
So I can see that big battle, which means at some point Malaysia's going to come back.
Which is why I think she said, not with these ladies.
You said not with what?
Not with these ladies.
Who said
When
that?
they
Oh,
asked her,
oh, yeah. Malaysia said that. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
So I think this season was a setup for the next season. Oh,
I
we don't
hope
like these
so.
girls. We hate these girls. We're going to separate these girls. I don't think that Angel Brinks. I don't think that Brittish is coming back.
Yeah.
The twin. We know the twins ain't coming back.
No.
But I can see Brooke. I can see Brooke, Jennifer, Evelyn, um, Brandi,
And Malaysia.
Malaysia. Yes, I'm trying to remember who's on here.
Mm-hmm.
Those five are going to be like the show.
Yeah.
Then they're going to bring out some other people on the show, but that's going to be explosive season. Oh, and Jackie. That was another one.
And Jackie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's 6. Now it's going to be interesting because which way is Jackie going to sway? Because Jackie never is very consistent in the friend group. I think it will start off with her trying to persuade Brandi and Malaysia because they're in LA.
Mm-hmm.
But then Evelyn and Jennifer together, if they really handle this the right way, is a force to be reckoned with by itself.
Yeah.
Brooke is going to be, I think Brooke will be in the middle.
Yeah.
I don't think her loyalty is to Jackie like that. And then
No, I
looking
don't
at
think
the
so
trailer
either.
for the reunion, it looks like she's not even cool with Jackie. So
Exactly. And it struck me. We'll get to the point of that towards the end.
yeah,
What my theory is on why they're arguing what that is.
yeah. Let me read a few of these comments. comments.
Okay.
Miss Bernice said the pick me spirit is very high in Jackie, and that's why she doesn't change. Okay. Lovely Gibbons said, I would love to see the friendship between Evelyn and Jennifer completely heal, but I know because of Jackie, it probably won't. I think that'd be a good storyline though to fight that. So, and just hear what I'm saying because we big fans over here.
Yep.
Okay. D says, IDK, yeah, this conversation kind of sucks. And Miss Bernice said Jackie can only be cool with women that match her energy. Evelyn is not going to go back down from Jackie for anything. She's not going to back for anything. Yeah,
she's not.
Yeah, and that's why she really doesn't bother Brandi or Brooke.
Yeah,
because
but she
knows it's just a limited amount of time before the hands get thrown, and then they off, and they're going to who fought who.
But I don't know if they're going to fall out like that again, though. So, Deb, because really they've been hanging out too, because Jackie and Evelyn are Shaunie's real friends. So they, outside of taping this show, they've been together. So I don't know if she's going to side against Jackie.
But you also know that Jackie and Evelyn will put on the show.
They will.
So
they will.
There's that. Even with Tammy and Evelyn, like they put on the show.
Yep.
Or at least Evelyn thought they were putting on the show. So,
exactly. And then got her little feelings hurt.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen this in the news too. Sorry, y'all, we get off for the review, but they actually had an article about Shaunie.
Oh,
about
really?
Her stepping up as a producer or like stepping down.
Oh, I did hear something about that, which makes sense to me. You know, I feel like, sure, her life with that pastor, she's in a different part of her life, and it may not fit for her to be an EP on the show anymore,
Oh, and I have a surprise for you, somewhere in this episode.
Okay. Okay, good.
But I also think that, looking at the dynamics, you have you have Jackie and you have Brandi and Jason, you have Duffey and Iman. You have, if Evelyn comes back, you have Evelyn and I forgot what that guy's name is.
I know, her new guy.
Yes. So there's 4 people and they're engaged too. So that's 4 relationships that are right now. So I just seen a reel of them today. I'm like, oh, Evelyn finally put him on her Instagram.
Yeah.
So,
well, not only that, he was on there before. Like, I've seen him a couple of times, even though, I didn't forward it to you. So, I mean, I saw them he went with her to, like, I don't know. I don't want to say any brands on here. But anyway, he went with her to some events. And so he's been around.
I'm hoping that it's real,
Yeah.
I just wish that Jennifer would have messed up Jelani.
Yeah. I mean, I would have loved to see, even when they were at I don't know, we're jumping ahead and all around, but they look like a good couple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They really look good together. And I want to know what happened. We've got to know.
I think Jennifer, the thing is, we're just getting so off this review, but we have to get into it.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna just do my surprise too.
Yeah.
I think the thing is this: the one thing I do love about Jelani is like there's no rumors of him cheating on her.
Yep.
Treating her bad, any kind of violence,
Right. Or like her ex-husband throwing the drink in her face. There's nothing like that. There's no kind of angry or negative anything anybody could say about what they've shown us. Now, what has happened behind closed doors, or if they even really had a real relationship, we don't know. But what we have seen as viewers has been a really good look on him.
Yes.
In fact, a better look on him than her.
Yes. And I was going to wait till later on, but I feel like right now is the perfect time because we're talking about Jelani.
Okay, let's see it.
I want to pay homage to Jelani because he was one of the greatest assets to this season.
He was.
So let me go ahead and let me play my homage to Jelani.
I love it.
just wanted to give Jelani his
I'm
flowers.
over here cracking up. Yes, to the homage.
Yes,
Oh my
I had to
God.
give it to him because he's one of
Yes.
my favorite parts of this season,
Me too. Me
and
too.
he deserves everything. Okay,
Yes, he does. He deserved that homage. Oh my
and
God,
I'll play it
so
again later on in
good.
the show for people who get to see it. But
Yes,
I
that's
definitely
so
want to.
good.
I was like, let me make a video of Jelani of all the scenes that Jelani had. Just with his
Yes.
Instagram, so you can see how fine that man is. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Oh my goodness. That was perfect. That was perfect.
thank you,
Woo.
Sassy Peach. Thank you. Yes, China's Hans. Yes, he is
Yes,
a
he
fine
is.
man. Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely you said, listen, yeah, Eric threw a drink to Jennifer's face, but that was after she threw a drink at we ain't got nothing to do with that. That's nothing to do with Jelani. Jen should have stayed with Jelani, and we are all here for it. Okay.
Yes.
So let's get back into the episode.
Okay. But that was an important part right there.
It was
Okay.
very important. It was
It's
very important.
important to cap off this season, this dreadful
Yes.
season with one of the bright lights.
Yes, because we may never see him again. So I just want to make sure that
Yes.
y'all see the man that was there for
Yeah,
Jennifer.
we might see that, the roughneck young man.
I don't
If
want to
she,
see him,
yeah, if she stays with him, that is. But yeah.
or if he doesn't scam her too.
Right.
But as you know, he already been in jail a few times. So.
Right.
I hate on dude for being. I'm a hate on dude for being so handsome. Take that up with somebody else. All right,
Exactly.
so we're here with Brooke. Brooke just she's getting out of the shower, and we see that her husband is in the room. Apparently, they just had sex, or then they had sex the night before that.
Right.
We learned he got there the night before. None of the ladies know. She doesn't know how to feel about it, and she doesn't know how to let the other ladies know. How do you feel about this part?
I don't know. I just feel like these women at their age act like little girls. I don't understand what the big deal is. You don't have to explain anything to those women.
Right.
To be honest, they're still married legally.
Right.
They've been pushing her to stay with him anyway. So it's not like it would be a disappointment that she said, "Hey, my husband showed up." I just don't understand. I don't understand. So, and again, I don't even know if it's real. So that's what makes me frustrated with this, all the tears and all of the, I don't know. And I don't know how to feel about it. I'm just kind of like, you have been through, I'm sure, so many relationships. You should know what you're feeling.
Right.
Point.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like it was like embarrassment for her.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
from the way that she spoke about it, I feel like she was kind of embarrassed.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I don't give a damn what they think, because
Absolutely.
I think the ones who, like, even when Brandi said, she was like, I mean, I support you one way or the other. It doesn't really matter for me.
Yeah.
And Jackie said the same thing. And these are your friends that you've known for years.
Yes.
To be honest, I don't think that anyone would have judged her for bringing him back around.
Nobody would, especially like I said, because they've been kind of heading her into like trying to reconcile with him anyway. I mean, again, I don't know what she would be embarrassed for. It's not like she is the mistress; she is the wife.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, Brooke, what is going on, and why are we watching this? I don't know. I just feel like they're too grown. They're not like 20-year-old girls. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, he's like, we had a good night with who? With you, girl.
Right.
Are you think we're stupid? Like, I mean, you know that they were going to show that he said that. So, like,
absolutely,
just admit that you had sex with that man last night.
Exactly. And it's her husband, so it's not like she's cheating.
Yeah.
But she was just like, I just want to hide him and sneak him around. And I just thought, I don't know, it was silly, it was unnecessary. It's just like, this is like the worst trip ever. They've had every kind of drama that you can imagine on this 3-day weekend in Mexico.
And I'm like, how are you hiding when you let him go down to the bar by himself?
Right.
It doesn't even make any sense.
Right.
And here you are thinking nobody knows what Jackie done seen him. Right. And if Jackie seen him, everybody knows that he's there.
Absolutely. And
I don't care if they pretended like Jackie didn't say anything. You know, Jackie seen him. Everybody that was on that show knew he was there.
Right. And that's what I'm like. You don't see the cameras, but even if they're not facing like on him,
Cindy, they have the bright lights behind her. Like, there's no way possible you see all that.
So. Exactly. So that's what I was just like, what are they trying to make us believe here? And then so for Brooke to pretend that she is embarrassed, it's kind of like, it's embarrassing that you're trying to pretend like you're embarrassed. You know
And
what
it
I mean?
doesn't
Like,
make sense because I mean, he knew where your room was at. He knew where you were
yes.
staying at. Like, you invited him there.
Right. Absolutely. I feel like after he asked her on the phone before she even left, when he said, "Do you want me to come?" She was just like, "I don't know if we're ready for all that." They probably talked right after that, and she was like, "We're going to be staying here. My room is this."
He probably was in. He was probably already in the room.
Yeah. So I was just like, and again, if you're hiding someone, that means you don't leave the room. You
Right.
know, you don't go to the bar asking if they have coffee. I don't know. I just thought it
Yeah.
was weird and dramatic for no reason. But
Yeah.
that's my 2 cents.
No one was like, "Oh, nobody knows." We're like, they probably are.
Yes.
So,
Exactly. Exactly. So I don't know why not just tell everyone. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure production had
Especially
to
if you
know.
let him roam around the hotel by himself.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I'm sure production had to know the man was going to come.
They filmed him coming. They filmed him when he got there, so they knew
Yes.
he was there.
They knew he was coming from the inside of her room. They were filming
Right.
him walk in.
Right. She'd be like,
Yeah.
he's here. Let's roll. Let's roll. Let's
Let's
roll.
roll. And then have her act open the door, being like, "What are you doing here? Well, what
Right.
is the camera crew doing here? You know
What?
your man
The
is
whole camera
coming."
crew said this lights flashing in my face.
Exactly.
You just have cameras sitting around in your room?
Right.
No,
Exactly. No,
absolutely not.
I know. So
Miss
I just
Bernice
didn't
said
get it.
communication is very lacking with Brooke and her dear husband and her
And
husband.
her husband.
When he can't articulate why he creeped out on her further, let me know this. Listen, we're gonna get there in a minute, Miss Bernice.
Yeah.
All right, so we get to Angel, Jennifer, and Duffey. Duffey is nervous about Iman. Duffey is nervous Iman will be uncomfortable or turn her down because he doesn't like to be in the spotlight. Jen gets a text from her lawyer. Angel checks her nanny cam. She's happy she gets to spend time with Rock. Angel wonders what the girls are doing. Jennifer says, "I don't know, but the least I have to do with to see Jackie is the better."
Yeah. I
It's
thought it
a lot
was
of small
awkward.
scenes, y'all, that don't make no damn sense, but we got to talk about
Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, I thought it was awkward. I never
it.
really see them all together. They all seem interested in something else. They were
Yeah,
trying to act like they were supporting Duffey, but Jen is wrapped up in all of her stuff. And then Angel is, trying to say, like, yes, I'm happy now. That's only because her man is there. Why can't you be happy without him there? Who
yeah, right.
cares? And then, Duffey being nervous that he's going to turn him down. Like, you have a whole life with him. You have a child with him. You guys live together.
I could see why though, because I mean, there's some men who don't want their fiancés or their girlfriends to propose to them. So,
Yeah.
and I don't know if she was really proposed to him. She's like basically like, "I'm ready if you're when you,"
Yeah.
because I know you're
That's what it,
ready.
yeah, that's
But
what
I
it
could see
hints
why
at.
she was nervous. But it's just like,
You can see
I
why she's
mean,
nervous.
I'm sure that he got the notes from the shows.
Yeah. I know. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like they know that was their storyline anyway.
yeah,
So I just felt like I said, on a previous review, I feel like she wanted it filmed
yeah.
because she didn't have any kind of special look, we're engaged when the first time came around, and she wants
But
to
she said that though.
post it on social media.
Remember,
Yeah.
she said that.
Yeah, that's what I said. I agree with her. I feel like she's, that's why she did this, not
Yeah,
because she was like, oh my goodness, I'm ready. I feel like she was like, this is my storyline. I want it on TV so I could have it on my social media.
and now it's on national television. So.
Yep, that's right.
I don't feel like I'm mad at her though for that. I think that I don't want to pay for it. Let's let the network pay for it.
Yeah, I mean,
So
look, that's her.
kudos to Duffey for finagling the VH1, for doing this for the Shed Media, for her finagling her way back onto the show for this. To be honest,
Yeah,
though, this was the best. Her storyline was the best this season.
yeah, it was. Because she at least had a storyline where even if she wasn't with Iman, that
Mhm.
she was talking about her relationship, not just the issues, but her
Yeah,
saying she didn't want to be a certain way, and her trying to grow into that, her struggling with work life balance,
hmm
because she still loved to DJ and all of that stuff. So yeah, I feel like she has had the most full circle, and something that we haven't seen in a while on there, outside of Jelani, that like she brought like the more newer storyline. to me.
Yeah. Do you realize that before this part happened, they had that "Will you marry" thing? They didn't show anybody there.
Yeah.
So we all thought it was gonna be Jennifer.
Oh yeah, from the scenes like coming up in the season.
Yes,
Yes.
we thought it was gonna be Jennifer,
Yeah.
but it was just Duffey. I'm
But it
like,
was just Duffey. Yeah, 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 yeah.
"Wah,
I
wah,
totally
wah, wah."
Well, again, it doesn't seem like, I don't know. You would think that from what we have seen, like Jelani would have been everything that Jen was looking for. So she has to tell me some other information
I
for
hope
me
we
to
learn it
believe.
on the reunion because right now, like, she has to explain to me what happened with her, Jennifer. I mean,
Right,
with her,
because
Jelani.
even at the end of this episode, like you would think on the season finale, you would see them have some sort of difficulty, but they still seem like they were happy and they
Yeah.
were together. It
Hmm.
didn't make any sense to
None.
me. Yeah.
And we don't know how she felt with that good man. But let's move on to the next part. So we get to Brooke. Brooke calls British. British auditioned for the #1 radio station in St. Louis. She's on her way back to LA from her training in St. Louis. They show Duffey helping British with a sweeper. Did you see any difference in the first part that she did
Oh,
versus the second part that she did?
no, I didn't.
I'm like, it still sounded dry to me.
Yes.
And as a old radio personality, I'm like, neither one of them sounded good to me.
No, I
Maybe
mean
she did more
the
that they
first
didn't
one.
show us. But I'm like, she's like, good morning. She was like, good morning. It's British, but whatever. But we'll get out. That was
Yeah.
like, no, give me more. She's like, good morning. It's British. I'm like, you said the same thing. Like, nothing was different. Like, what
Just the
did
good
you just
morning
do?
got a little more perky, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
good
like
morning
she
was
is a
like, yeah,
radio personality. I didn't really feel any charisma, so I don't really know what she's talking about. She doesn't really have a voice for radio, but I mean, she definitely needs that check.
yeah. Well, and that's what that, and she needs
Mm-hmm.
to check. That's what it is.
Yep.
Um, she did get the job, so she can pay. Oh, listen to me trying to read my reading. She did get the job. So she can pay the fines. Brooke tells her. Brooke tells her that her husband is in Mexico. Oh, this is also then they get to Brooke. Brooke tells British that her husband is in Mexico and she's the only person that she has sold. She likes it, but it does she likes it, but she doesn't like it. She's not in a place where she is 100% receiving him. She tells British she's been spending time with him and hiding him. She's questioning if she should bring him around. British thinks that she should.
Yes, because it's no reason to sneak. Like I said, it's not like she is the mistress. She is the wife. And if he showed up allegedly to surprise her, then she wouldn't have nothing to do with him. So why not just tell everybody and be like, he just showed up last night.
I
Now,
think what she means is that if he showed up and if she gave him the itinerary,
uh-huh.
what her room number is, what hotel she's staying in, and what they're doing over there, and if he magically just allegedly showed up,
Right, right, right.
then that's where we're at here. Because I mean,
That's
there's
where
no
we're
way
at with
possible he could
this.
show up if he doesn't know where she's at. I mean, Mexico
Absolutely.
is huge.
It's huge. I mean, it's a whole country. Like he's
Yeah,
not going to know, and it's full of resorts. So it's kind
yeah,
of like, and there's different cities in the country. So it's like they could be anywhere. So
right.
she would have definitely had to told him, or somebody told him.
Mhm.
But still, the whole point
She did.
is that, yes. But the whole point is that I don't understand why she's just going off with British on this and just wouldn't tell the ladies that she's physically with. That didn't make any sense to me. Like
Right.
she's just FaceTiming British. Why is she sharing with her about the
Because
husband
British
instead of
ain't
the?
there. But and that's the thing, like British isn't there, but British tells everything. So if British
Yes,
knows, then Jackie knows, and Jackie will tell everybody else. So
right.
either way it went, I mean, Jackie already seen him. But
Yeah,
then if British knows, like she said, she's baby Jackie. So
yeah.
she gonna tell everything that she knows. So I mean, it didn't make any sense, like at
But
all.
that's what I'm saying is I don't understand Brooke overall,
Yeah.
not British. I don't understand
She should
Brooke.
have told Brandy because Brandy
Yeah,
told her
that's
to
what I'm
there.
saying.
Yeah.
Like there are women there on the trip with her, Jennifer as well,
Oh
that
yeah,
can
Jennifer.
relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can relate to what she's going through. So I don't understand her reaching out to British, who, you know, there she had a very toxic relationship. It was nothing with what with I mean, obviously cheating is not great, but it's nothing like what Brooke is really going through in my opinion. So I was confused why she keeps confiding allegedly with her instead of the other ladies.
Well, because British left her. Well, I don't know who left who.
Yeah.
But British is very toxic, so I think she like confides in that.
Okay.
But she wants British to be like, "Girl, leave him," and British is like, "No, stay with him."
Yes. But from what we heard,
Keep your relationship, girl. I'm miserable at home. I'm fighting these charges right now because I had to scam to get money. So.
Right. But from what we saw and what we heard, I feel like, look, okay. I don't want to keep saying allegedly. So go ahead.
Here, let me put it on allegedly, Ben, so you have to keep saying it. Here we go. Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah. Right.
So we get to Jennifer and Brooke. Jennifer lets Brooke know she's had a conversation with her manager and an attorney dealing with the stuff going on with Jackie. The attorney says they need to do a cease and desist letter. Brooke is in I said Brooke is in fake shock because I don't think that she was like really shocked.
Right.
Jennifer says you can call her whatever names you want, but don't say she's lying about her car being stolen because that's what the case is about. And she feels she needs to protect herself. She decides to give the letter to Jackie at Duffey's event. Now, at this point, I'm like, whose brain works?
Right. Me too.
Because at all the places you can get, she's in the same damn hotel that you in.
Yes.
Why at Duffey's engagement party?
Right. She could have gone to the
this.
woman's room. She could have gone to the woman's room with the rest of the ladies if she didn't want to go by herself and hand it to her there before they got to the ceremony. I don't understand why they keep, just as a viewer, it's frustrating. Now, if things pop off and they seem like organic and genuine, then fine. But they know that they have been having fights every day and night since they've been there. So they could have had the one night to just let her have her reproposal and move forward. If she knew that, even Brooke bringing it up, it's kind of like, why are we bringing this up? Hey, Norris. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm just like, please make it make sense. Like when Evelyn was on, we weren't having as many questions.
Right.
Shout out to my girl, our girl Evelyn.
Right.
We didn't have all this confusion.
No, we didn't. And they wouldn't, again, even if Malaysia was still there, they wouldn't have let it get to this point. It wouldn't even got to this point. I can guarantee. I can guarantee you that.
And I want to shout out to the extra member of this season, which is British's ankle monitor. Because that ankle monitor have been talked about so much. It should have been in the credits.
Should have. They should have shown it, at the very end. But
they should have been like British, and then they should have shown and British ankle monitor because it was British a lot of it. Her storyline was about the ankle monitor.
Exactly. I mean,
how to hide it. She's gonna get it. When can we get it off? Like it was so much about the ankle monitor. It should have been in the credits.
That
or
was
in the
her
opening
storyline
of the show.
That was her storyline, and then she had the nerve to bring up dating. I was just like, dating? You need to get your life in order. You should be lucky if you don't end up in jail, allegedly.
Well, let's actually get to that part.
Right.
So we at British.
Right.
She's at the park with her mom and her daughter. Tells her mom, her and Lorenzo are in a better place. She's not mad. She's mad she didn't go to Mexico. I'm like, girl, you knew you could go to Mexico, so why are you mad about that? You knew before they scheduled the trip.
Exactly.
Her lawyer thinks he can get the ankle monitor off in 30 days. She's grown a lot in the last 6 months. Her mom is like, bitch, the next time don't scam people, period. And she's not dating because she's embarrassed about that damn ankle monitor.
So ridiculous. But then
she's like, well, after this is over with, just say I'm embarrassed about the ankle monitor.
But don't even say that. I would be like, I'm embarrassed because I have felony counts against me. Like, who cares about the ankle monitor? She wouldn't have had it on her if she would have followed the rules.
Yes, lovely.
Right. Lovely. Give
shout out to the ankle monitor.
Yes, because she really wouldn't have had it in the show whatsoever. Like we don't need her back, to be honest.
At all. Bring back Sunday.
Right. I'm sure Jackie
would be a great
ally
for Jackie because she's unhinged. So bring her back.
She really is, and
I would love to see Sunday and Evelyn on the same season.
Oh God, I don't think that would work. I would rather
You,
see
I want to, if we want to see the old Evelyn, bring back Sunday because she's
right.
Jackie's guard dog.
But I would rather see the baby Evelyn, which is Phoebe. I would rather see her back
Me
than
too. Me
Sunday.
too.
Yeah.
But Sunday don't know how to do that because she's still unhinged. So
Unhinged. She's a mess.
she
Like I'm like,
is.
how are you this old and you're still a mess? Everything is a mess.
Because our friend Jackie is that old in the mess.
That's true.
So
That's true. Birds of a feather.
they very so flock together.
Yes, they do.
So we get to Brooke, Brandy, and Jackie. They confront Brooke about her husband being there. Brooke is honest and says, yes. Apparently, he was in the room when they had dinner the night before. Jackie asks, does she think it's, does she, let me put this in my face so I can see it.
Hmm.
Jackie asks, does she think it was dishonest to not tell them? She cries and says she honestly didn't want to share that. Brandi asks why when they have bonded so much over this. She says she would never judge. Brandi says she never judged her. Brooke is kind of embarrassed about the whole situation, which I think they should understood that. Jackie lets her know she had her back, but she still needs to hold him accountable. She wants to talk to him and get to the bottom of why he cheated and offer her advice. Brooke wants to think about it.
I feel like it was none of their business.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like Brooke should have just told the girls because eventually they're not, even if she packed up and they were checking out, he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be right next to her. So why wouldn't she just tell them? I don't see the reason of hiding him or keeping it a secret. Now, I understand, like she said, she was confused. She didn't really know what she wanted at that point. But I
Right.
just feel like they need to get off her back. You see what I'm saying? Like every time they keep poking at her, she
Mm-hmm.
starts crying. It's just like she clearly is conflicted. Leave that woman alone with her marriage. Like let her
Well, if you
figure
want,
it
and
out.
also if you want to let him roam around the hotel by himself, just tell them.
Just tell them. Yeah,
Somebody's going to see him eventually.
right.
So just
And
tell him.
I know, and I just feel like also, Jackie and as well as Brandy are the wrong messengers for that too, because they never want anybody to talk about their men, but they want to have a sit down with her man.
Um, I can see Jackie. I'm gonna set it for Brandy. Um, I don't see that with Brandy because Malaysia did sit down and talk with Jason.
But they were best friends at that point. These women are not.
Well, I mean, the way that they have showed it on the show, it seems like that they are better friends that we know from the show.
That's not true.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying I think they're playing it that way
Okay.
because that's what they keep saying on the show. Oh, I've known her for so many years, and we know we're really good friends. Even Brandy said, "I'm like, y'all even on the same season."
Yes,
But
exactly. They're
they're
not.
really good friends. So I'm thinking because of they keep saying that, that's why they were saying that. I think for me, I really didn't see a problem with Jackie or Brandy talking to them together because Jackie does have a successful relationship from what we know.
Right.
And Brandy has been through what she's going through, maybe not to the same capacity. Um,
I,
but
I
I didn't see anything wrong with it. I thought it was actually great that they did talk to him. And then when she said that he's going to do whatever she wants him to do because he wants to get back with her, I thought, okay. I didn't think, oh, so to get back with her, I think he's like getting like whipped, but that doesn't make him change his behaviors because he's on the show. I think this was like a paycheck for him. He's like, oh, well, if we're going through this, let me keep going on with this.
hmm
But I also feel like if that to me, like if he was thinking, which also I guess really kind of confuses me. Well, actually, maybe it doesn't because them bringing a baby to the world versus cheating is very different.
Right.
Because he would have been stuck with the baby. He's not stuck with her if he cheats on her.
Right. Right.
So
I don't know.
I really kind of thought this while we were on the live.
Right. Right. No, I really feel like that like I said, they should have stayed out of it. I think like that is, you know, just like I don't need to see Rockstar and what him and Angel have going on. I don't
Yeah,
want to see her husband and what he has going on with her. I really don't. And
yeah.
again, if they were real friends, real friends, like we had seen in the past of years of them just together, then
Mhm.
yes, I see no problem with that. Like, I've done that for really close friends of mine and my best friend, stepped up to her man and said, this is a problem.
Mm,
and what's going on here. I've done that, but
mm.
I'm talking about in as it pertains to these women. We've seen them almost kill each other on this trip. Now you want to sit down and have a sit down and talk to her man? Like I don't. It's not
Well,
genuine
you
to me.
seen Jackie do that with her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I still wouldn't
I
feel like it
honestly
was
wouldn't have
genuine.
mind Brandi talking to her because they have a similar situation. Although Jennifer, Brandy's is way more extensive.
Yeah,
I didn't mind her wanting to talk to them. I don't really know what Jackie added to the conversation, to be honest. Even when they had it with him, I was like,
right.
well, what did she say that makes, I mean, that added to this? I think it should have been
I think
Brandy.
I think I think it was her. So Jackie, it was kind of like good cop, bad cop. I feel like, Jackie's point of being there was to say, I have a successful over 30-year marriage, and holding his feet to the flames, like what caused you to step out on your marriage? Whereas Brandy is coming from the perspective of, I've gone through this. I
Yeah.
know what this feels like. And to watch my friend go through it, it's not fun. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
so I feel like they kind of provided that balance. Like I said, I would have no problem with it if they were genuine friends. But, just a day or two before, uh Jackie's calling Brandy a B, she's calling her one. It's like, they're not real friends like that.
Let me. Do you believe in Brooke and Brandy's friendship?
I feel like they all still are just trying to get to know each other, because it's not like none of them really have filmed for years and years with each other like the other girls. Like they just
Uh,
all kind of really, they might know each other, but they're not friends like that, except for this show.
mm.
I've not seen any of those women together.
Hey, Chi-Town.
Hey, Chi-Town.
I think that for me, I feel like Brandy and Brooke have a friendship.
Okay.
Um, I
But
think because
clearly not, because,
they
but
filmed
listen,
a
really,
lot this season, and I think that the stuff that Brandy knows about Brooke, like, and even like when they come over to her house, like there seems like a very genuine friendship. I think that Brooke, Brandy, and Jennifer have a real friendship.
I don't know about that. I don't think so. But I feel like I hear what you're alluding to, but I just don't feel like, because if Brooke really felt like Brandy was a genuine friend, then
Mhm.
she would go to her
And
immediately,
tell her.
not British.
Yeah.
She's confiding in British. British is over her house eating the baked chicken. She's even, FaceTiming British. British not on the trip. So if they were so close, then why wouldn't she just come to tell her?
But I think they live in, but doesn't British and Brooke live in LA?
They all live in LA in those
No,
high
Brandy
rises.
lives in Texas.
Oh, you mean permanently? Yeah, their real
Yeah.
houses are somewhere else. Like British is from St. Louis, so she went back there. Brandy's
But she
Texas.
still lives in LA though, like permanently though, right?
No, I
Oh,
feel like she lives somewhere else. I think they all
okay.
do, except
Oh yeah,
for
because the daughter doesn't live there. Yeah, yeah, you're
yeah,
right. You're right. You're right.
yeah, because she keeps the daughter most of the time for her, and I'm
Mm.
assuming that while she's filming, she's keeping that kid. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like they have a genuine friendship. I think that they're trying to build one, because they just really all met, and really the second half had more time to spend with one another,
Mm.
but still not enough for me to be like, you need to talk to my cheating husband. No, 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 no. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
I hear you, Cindy. I hear you. I
yeah,
hear you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, I don't think so, but okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that they, at least, let me just say, I'm glad that they're supporting her. How about that?
Yeah. I just feel like I like their friendship together,
Okay.
especially with Brandy and Brooke. I love that friendship,
Now, if
and I
they came
think
back to another season, it might feel more genuine to me, because then now they've done this before. Then now they've bonded over stuff like,
mhm.
like Brooke losing her daughter and stuff like that. There's
Yeah.
like more has happened, whereas this still kind of, they sometimes, I think that's what I was saying a couple of reviews ago, like the chemistry is different. Their
Mhm.
chemistry is different, like, so it doesn't really come through as genuine to me
Well, I
at
think that
all.
also you have to think about that. Brandy's like a very impulsive friend. So like she's like Team Malaysia, like she's very impulsive with Malaysia. And then
Right.
she was really impulsive with Duffy. But this
Yeah.
season it's like there's no impulsiveness with her friendships.
Uh-huh.
And like she's like kind of friendshipping people that we don't expect to have friendships with.
Right.
And so I
Right.
think that's a different look for Brandi when it comes down to like this franchise period, because there's different girls there. Even when she was on the first time, when she came on the first time, it was like Team Malaysia. Like it was no one really was a friend of her. Even when she told Dre like, "Oh, we're not friends." Like
Right.
I just know
Right.
you. I don't know you through Malaysia. That was it. And then
Right.
became friends after that. This season, like she didn't come through as a friend with someone. She came on as Brandi.
Yeah.
And even with Duffey, she was thinking that they would come on as like, Malaysia and Brandi and her Duffey and Brandi from the previous seasons. And Brandi came on as like, I'm just Brandi.
Yeah. And that's why I was saying that it didn't feel like they were even as close as they were. And
Yeah.
we'll get there. And I was like, well, that's really kind of telling because they were sisters. And now they're just like you said, Duffy and Brandy.
I think that for me, I think that when they came on for those seasons though, they were building alliances with each other because again, Malaysia when she came on, she wasn't that girl at first. Then she
Yeah.
became friends with Drea. Then Malaysia became that girl, and she brought on Brandi because then they ex Drea out. And then Brandi brought on Duffey, and she was like, Malaysia was like, I don't know this girl. Like,
Right.
so it was so many different layers of how things work with their friendships on the show. But now she's coming on by herself, and I think that Brandi came on as like, listen, I'm just Brandi. I don't have shit to do with nothing with anybody else besides Brandi. I'm gonna be friends with who I want to be friends with. And I feel like it's more authentic when it comes down to this because she made friendships with a lot of people that I would never think that Brandi would be friends with.
Yeah, but I mean, I also don't understand why she and Duffy aren't as close either, because then why would she be so offended when she about the loyalty comment?
Well, I think she said that because she brought Duffy onto the show because she wanted Duffy to be on the show to make her back, whatever, to be noticed, whatever. I think
Uh-huh.
Malaysia could probably say the same thing about Brandi.
Right.
So I think that's what it was. I don't think that, and I think they were really friends though.
But
I
she
think
was
once
like,
cameras turn on, it just
she
changes everything for all of them.
right. But I'm also like, then the girl doesn't owe you her life because you helped to get her a job. Like, and so why are you trying to seem like you're so crushed, like you've done so much for her? Because if her personality didn't work, guarantee she would not be back.
I want to read this comment really quick. Chi-Town says, "Can we talk about Jennifer saying that she's an OG in the clipping of the reunion? Like, lady, if anything, Jackie is the OG. You are refurbished. Like, lady, if anything, Jackie is OG. Actually, Jennifer is the actual OG
She is.
because she's the one who was on the very first franchise of the show. No
Right.
one else has, and she's been there consistently. She left maybe like 2 seasons. That's only because Evelyn was trying to fight her ass, and then she got
Right.
smacked by Evelyn's friend.
Right.
But to be honest, Jennifer is the actual OG of the show.
Right. Because there would be no LA if there was no
No,
Miami.
absolutely not.
And and
So
and and,
Jennifer
and
didn't.
you
Jennifer did not lie at that. I think that Jennifer's tooting her horn because she hasn't dealt with the Miami girls anymore. She's dealt with the LA girls, and she, to be honest, is the matriarch on this season. It's not
yeah.
Jackie. She's the
Right.
matriarch of that franchise, but the
Right.
matriarch is Jennifer.
It is.
Yeah. Even though we none of us want to admit it, because I hate
No,
it,
because
but it's true.
Jennifer was always a friend of, but she was always on every one, and it has been consistent on both franchises. She is the OG. She was
Yeah,
there first. She did her bit first. I mean, her first couple of seasons were rough because her ex-husband was on there. So I think she got a bigger part than just being Evelyn's friend. But
yeah.
they when they were friends, she was kicking it with Evelyn and her daughter,
Mm,
all of that stuff. So she is the OG. There will be no LA.
yeah. Hey, Miss Wilson.
Hey, Miss Wilson.
I don't think that she's been irrelevant, Chi-Town. I know you don't like her, but she hasn't been irrelevant because I mean the first few seasons, Jennifer and Evelyn were a lot to deal with together.
Yep, they were.
They created what the ambiance of Basketball Wives was,
Yep,
to be honest. Shaunie couldn't even F with that friendship. It was like
yep,
they were creating a monster together.
yeah, yeah,
So Jennifer, in every right, even though you'll think that she's weak, and she might be weak in a lot of situations, But if Jennifer and Evelyn were not friends, I don't think that Evelyn would be able to carry that by herself.
Yeah, no, because I feel like the only conflict, she was really having was with Royce, but it made it more,
And Tammy with the food stamps.
right. But before Tammy even got on the show, I'm
Yeah.
talking about just Jen and Evelyn.
Oh,
That
yeah,
it was because they had a key about the situations about how they were doing the girls that Evelyn wouldn't have had if she just had a beef with like somebody like a Royce or somebody, one of the ladies. But I feel like, but again, they kind of created, like you said, that kind of friend vibe
yeah.
that you want to see. It was like,
Well, I mean, you think about all the reality shows, like those best friends. Like, think about Potomac with Giselle and Robin. If Giselle leaves the show, Robin will still be like. I think if Giselle and Karen leave, if they keep Robin, she will be like the matriarch of the show because she was there from day one, and she was like Giselle's friend and Karen's friend and Sharice's friend.
I don't
So
know these women.
If they all leave, like she will be like the OG to be honest. Even though nobody likes it, those are the facts.
But those are the facts. I see what you're saying, because I was going to say I don't know any of those women, but yes.
Oh,
like
yeah,
if like the sure.
And
if the original...
I'm about to have to educate Shartan really, really quick. She says, "Well, if that's the case, why does Shaunie choose Jackie to lead the group and not Jennifer? Because let's be clear, that is and was Jackie's assignment.
No, it wasn't.
So if it never was. And to be honest, when Jackie went over, it was the Govan girl, right?
Yes, it was. It was Gloria Govan.
It was never Jackie.
They
They all hated Jackie. Malaysia made Jackie popular.
Yes.
On that franchise.
Exactly.
It was never Jackie.
It was never Jackie.
So,
and like we said, and we just said a moment ago, if the OGs fall off and you're one of the originals left, then you automatically become the matriarch.
Yeah. That's even like what Candy right now. Like, she's the OG of Housewives of Atlanta because she's the longest standing housewife. She wasn't the original person there.
No,
she's the longest standing housewife. She's been on more seasons than anybody.
Sheree is, though.
But Sheree been missing. She hasn't been on more seasons than Candy, though.
She hasn't, but she's still, in my mind, when I think of OG, I think of Sheree before I think of Candy.
If I think about lowbrow OGs, I think about Sheree.
Really?
Sheree's a lowbrow OG. To be honest.
No, she really is an OG. She's the only one that was there from the very first.
OG. Candy has given way more to this franchise than Sheree has. It took us almost 12 years to get She by Sheree. The only thing that Sheree ever even said was, "Who gonna check me?" And then she selling t-shirts and making people pay her for pictures with her. Candy has done way more. She's been a bigger impact to the show, and she's been on more seasons than Sheree has been on.
She has been on more.
Sheree might be an OG, but she's a very lowbrow OG.
No,
but I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I don't agree with that because Candy has always been boring to me. But the only thing that made her more relevant was at least we knew her from Escape. You know what I mean? And because I was like, oh, look, it's the little Escape girl. You know what I mean? But I really don't think like Candy has had more of an impact than the first cast when it was Kim, Nene, Lisa Wu, Sheree, and the other lady. They had the most impact, not Candy. She didn't even fit with them when she came on.
I don't want to get to a Candy disagreement because I feel like people don't give. Candy has given way more than anybody on that show, to be honest.
Okay.
Candy has been through her fiance being exiled out of this earth. Right. Her mother has tried to fight her fiance. She's done all that type of things. And for them to say that she has to give her story to me is wild to me. Because no one has given any type, like a fraction of what Candy has given to this franchise. No, besides maybe Nene.
Yes.
Maybe Nene probably has given more, maybe more, because it's Greg. But Candy will be like underneath Nene for me because going through AJ, going through Todd, and everything that's happened with that, with the
old lady gang.
The old lady gang, like Candy's given more than anybody outside of Nene for me. So
wow. Okay.
I can't. No one. I don't think you can tell me someone who's giving me more than that.
Okay.
So, but back to Basketball Wives.
Yes.
Okay. Jelani and Jennifer. He asks what's going on. She tells him she's giving Jackie the letter at Duffey's engagement party. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that?
Right.
And she's worried about how Jackie's going to respond. I'm worried about how Duffey's going to respond.
Right. Because she could have waited. She could have done it an hour before. She could have done it after they have gone, did what they were going to do. Like, why would you do it at the party? Come on. Production
You could
told
have even when you got the email, you could have emailed it to Jackie.
Yes.
And we all could have had a personal conversation at her engagement party. Mm-hmm.
Right.
If I was Duffey, I would talk to Jennifer or Jackie.
Yeah.
Ever.
Me neither.
But I know Iman needs those endorsements. So I know Jackie's never going anywhere.
And maybe a job in Sacramento. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get to Jackie, Brandi, Brooke, and her husband. They tell him I'll pick up my phone again because I can't see. They tell him they don't like how he changed Brooke's energy after he cheated. Jackie asks why he cheated. He doesn't know. He learned from it. He's a better man now. Brandi says he has to make sure it sticks. He can't say all this because he missed out on her.
For a couple of months.
Find a reason for why he cheated. It's something within him that made him cheat. He's trying to step up. He hurt to see her hurt and leave. Brandi reassures them over time it will heal. Brooke is concerned about the time. Brandi says she's going to have to forgive him in order for them to heal and to work on it. Jack believes him. He apologizes to Brooke. He says they are going to work it out. Brooke says maybe. Jackie wants to know if he's coming to Duffey's party. Brooke says she don't know.
Right.
Now, let's scroll back up a little bit. I just want to give off notes first. He was like, walk.
Yes.
No. And I learned from my mistakes because that's all I heard.
Me too. He looked uncomfortable. They looked like strangers. Like I said, it didn't seem genuine to me. And that's why I wouldn't, again, just try to support Brooke on a friend level. Yes. I didn't think we needed to see him involved. It just seemed uncomfortable. And even if he did know the reason, he's not going to tell these ladies.
Especially on national television.
Not on TV.
Yeah.
Who would do that? Nobody wants to look like an a-hole. You know what I mean? Like,
he already looks like an a-hole already. And then you're going to say, because I was corny. Right.
I was just like, I literally was looking at him like a straight face emoji. I was like, what? Why? Yeah. I don't need this scene. I didn't need it.
I like the scene. I just did not like that he sat there and was just like, walk.
But he doesn't know them.
And I have changed that. We'll walk. And we're going to work on it. We'll walk. And we're going to get back together. And Brooke was like, no, we're not. Like that's not what we talked about. Like, bro.
Yeah,
like,
but he
down.
He does not know those women. That's why we got that.
I thought that the thing that they did together was, for me, I think about like Married to Medicine.
Uh-huh.
So when they did that with Simone and her husband, it helped for them. But when Brandi and Jackie was talking to him, he wasn't giving anything. When they did it on Married to Medicine, like Cecil was giving out information. He was saying, this is what it was, this is how it was working, this is why I was feeling this way. And I'm tired of this and this and that. So Cecil was giving information. He's like, well, I don't know. But I'm working on it. And I'm a better man now. And, we're going to work it out.
Listen the point. Because they're all genuine friends. They're real life friends outside of that show. These women are not.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Cecil, especially Cecil and
Simone.
Cecil, Simone, Dr. Jackie and her husband, they're real friends.
Well, no, the whole cast grilled him about it, though.
Yeah, but they're real friends, all of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's, when I seen that, I was like, you know what? Maybe Brandi and Jackie will be okay for this because, I mean, to me, I thought Brandi should just been there by herself because she's been through this. And I think that she has a lot of advice of how it worked for her. Not to say, this is the end goal or, this is what I've been through. This is how it works for me. And then you guys make your decision on how this works for you guys.
Right.
I didn't understand Jackie being there.
Yeah, but I wouldn't understand Brandi being there by herself, talking to these two people. She knows Brooke. but still, they're not like they're getting to know each other, and I can see a budding friendship there. But she doesn't know her husband at all. Thank you, Chi-Town. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it
She's
would be
another
even more
Brandi hater, so
awkward.
I know she's going to agree with you.
It's not being a Brandi hater, but if I were Brandi, I'd be like, I don't want to sit there by myself with you and your husband. Like, I wouldn't want to. Now, it'd be different
I
if
think
her
for
and
me,
Jason did
I
it.
think for me, because I do it a lot from my, my marriage.
Yeah.
With people who are going through things, like I tell people all the time about, what I went through and how we fixed it, like to be friends outside of being back
But
together.
couples,
Yes, all the time I do it.
couples that you're close with, right? That they're your friends.
Not all the time people that I'm close with,
Oh wow. Okay.
but people know my past because my relationship was very public.
Uh-huh.
So people ask me stuff like, how did you deal with this? What happened here?
Right.
And like people, in my community, like they know my relationship. So they come
Right.
to me a lot of times asking, well, how did you deal with it? What was like the last straw? And I tell them, this is what I did. Now,
Right.
what I did is not what you should do. You have to make
Mm-hmm.
your own decision. And I think that for me, I know that you guys don't really like her like that, but I think that Brandi gave her really good advice.
She did. She did. I feel like the advice
Norris, no,
was good.
I'm not married. I'm not married. I was married. I was married for 7 or 8 years. But yes. So I
Yeah.
think that she gave her good advice. That's why I said I
I
think that
think she gave
she
her
would have
good
been a good
advice.
person for that conversation. Jackie hasn't had that experience. And if they have, they've never shared that on the show. So we don't
But
know if the
she was just more like there to be like the mama bear, being like,
she's more there to be like, get back together with him, girl. You want him back. He wants you back. Get back together with him. We all
no,
need to be together. It don't matter what he did.
no,
Just get back with him. Jackie wants everybody to stay together. She doesn't give a
no, no,
damn
no,
what they
no.
did to you.
I really felt like she came from a place like, you hurt our friend, allegedly. You hurt our friend, and
Even though you beat
what
my
are you gonna
ass
do
and
about it?
they cut the scene.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna do about it, Mister? Basically, it was like her mom. It was
Mhm.
Jackie felt to me like her mom.
Yeah. I just think she could have been not there because she
Yeah,
didn't add anything to me. She
I
hasn't
don't.
been through this experience. I
I
think
don't
that
think that
Brandi's
Brandi
experience
would want to
with
sit there.
Jason it added a lot for her, and even though it wasn't to the capacity what Brandi has went through, it
Yeah.
still added because she even through all the things that Brandi went through, they're still together, and it looks like they're doing well to me because I know y'all don't feel that way, but to me, it feels like they're doing better. So
To me, it would have made more sense if it was Brandi and Jason talking to Brooke and her husband instead of Jackie and Brandi. But
wait, say it again. I'm sorry, Mr. Said.
I said, to me, it would have been better to me if Brandi and Jason sat down with Brooke and
Oh
her husband. Yeah,
yeah.
and then they could talk about their similar experience. But I don't see Brandi sitting there by herself, and I felt like Jackie.
No, I agree. I agree with you on that, but he wasn't
Yeah,
there. That's why I said that. But I do agree with you on that.
yeah, I think that
I think
Jackie
that
was
Jason
there
could have
to.
given him way more advice
Yeah,
had he been there.
I feel like what Jackie's role was to me was to hold him accountable.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like if you haven't been through it, like you can say what you say, but unless you've been through it, it's hard to take that advice. And yes, Brooke took it.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, like I don't know if I could like if me and Mike still together because he did cheat on me.
Yep.
Um, I couldn't listen to Jackie because she has no idea what it's like.
But how do you know what they've
Unless you were
gone
behind the
through?
scenes and said, Doug did cheat on me. Like
Yeah,
I
I was
don't know
about to
that part.
say.
Yeah, I don't
I
know that
think
part.
I was
But I'm
about to say.
saying
I
it
think
unless
if
she said that to me behind the scenes,
yeah,
I would be like, okay, but you've been living like this lavish life and this great relationship, whatever. So of course you want me to stay because you live a great life.
but
With
I think
Brandy's like, well, you've lived like way worse than I've lived. So if you've dealt with him just cheating with all these women and he just
right.
cheated with one, maybe I can hear what you have to say because if you can make it through this, maybe I can.
But I yeah, I hear what you're saying, but I feel like in earlier seasons when the LA franchise first started, I
Mhm.
think that Jackie did say something like that, and they got past it. It was like when they were way younger, and he was actually playing, not coaching, and all of that stuff. But and I think it was at the beginning of their marriage. However, it doesn't matter whether it was one time or 50 times. every person is going to take that differently. Some people it's a deal breaker for, some people it's not, you know.
But I guess I go back to you guys making, I don't say making fun, but always commenting on how many times Jason cheated on her.
She
And
talks
so,
about it.
none. I didn't say that's not what I said. Cindy. I said you guys like poking at that. Like
No, I don't.
that's how
Now,
many times that he did, and then he took her. She took him back. For me, as a person who that from my knowledge, that he cheated on me one time, I would try to hear what Brandi has to say, because if you can make it through that, then maybe I can't make it through this. But what were the steps that you took, and how does that work? How do you feel to this day? Because the capacity, what Jason did to you versus what I have going on, is way different. And
right.
maybe this is something I shouldn't take as serious if this can happen. And if it can happen, tell me the steps. And when Brandi was saying, she said something like, she's talking about how she felt, or she said, I forgot what she said, but regardless, whatever what did she say something? But what I'm saying is that I could hear her better than I would ever hear Jackie.
Okay.
So, shout out to my girl Brandi Maxie. All right, so we get to the engagement part. We have Brandi, Jackie, Jelani. Oh, I'm gonna play my video again. And Jennifer show up. Jackie points out the awkwardness between her and Jen and to Brandi. They hate that British had to miss this. Now, I'm gonna stop here. This isn't a stop point, but I just thought about this. Brandi said she shouldn't have to go through this. Yes, you should.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely that she should.
Yeah.
Because she scammed people.
Yep.
I did not understand that, and I don't know how to put it in my notes, but when I read it, I was like, oh my gosh, I said this.
Yeah.
She should go through this. She needs to learn.
Absolutely. And in fact, she's not even going through the roughest of what normal people would have to go through. She's still filming a show. She's still collecting a check. She's still going to events. She can't leave the country, but she
got a job in St. Louis. And
she's still traveling. So that's more than what most, people that are charged with the things that she was charged with can do. So I don't see why they're making it seem like she's this innocent girl. Like, if she did something, she did something. And I let's really kind of quickly go back to her mom and her at the park. And when her mom even said, I meant to mention this when we had that.
Did we already pass that?
Yeah, we already passed it.
Okay.
But when her mom said, she goes, well, you know what you can't do? You can't do things that are going to put you in this situation. So it's almost like, to me, it sounded like her mom was saying, like, you know what you did. So if you don't want the ankle monitor on, don't do that.
Don't do it. Period.
Yeah.
She's like, bitch, don't do this again.
Exactly.
Period. Her mom in the ghetto form, bitch, if you do this again, I ain't got shit to do with you.
Exactly.
I'm gonna take the daughter. I'm gonna move on. If the father don't get her first. Yep. And listen, stop scamming people.
Yes.
Period.
Exactly. And that's why I was just kind of like, Brandi, do you even know what this girl was charged with? And in fact, I will keep my distance from her. I don't want to be associated with a scammer. Oh, you froze.
And I feel like they're saying that to be nice.
Yeah.
But when she goes to jail for it, allegedly, if she ever then what are y'all going to say? That's what I want to know if it ever happens. Because now she's trying to make she's trying to do a plea deal with the court. So now she's making a plea deal. Are your stance still the same? I would love to see on the reunion what the beliefs are.
It seems like they're all like poor her instead of poor
them people who she scammed.
Yeah. Which is what Jen Shaw is in prison for. And I'm just kind of like, they weren't poor Jen and her. She
used to buy a social security number.
Yes.
Like, ma'am, do not pass go. Do not collect $20.
and allegedly fake dependents. I'm like, you have one child. That's enough.
Yeah.
So you can get money? I don't know. I just feel
was
like
Lorenzo claiming your child, so you had to claim somebody else's kids? Like,
exactly. What is going on? Yeah, no, it seems like she was totally shady. So I agree with you. I do not feel bad. And I was surprised that they said that. I was like, what?
Okay. Yeah, I was like, can I go onto the scene? Let me explain to you why she can't come here.
Right. They're not going to let someone with those charges leave the country. Absolutely.
And then she She went out of town and let them know. So she caused this whole problem.
Yes, she did.
So
Because
it's not sad that she could have come. She caused the problem.
Yes, she did. Yep, you're right. 1,000%.
She could have went on the trip had she not violated her probation.
Absolutely. And they're not playing with that girl like that. I mean, like the feds,
Yeah,
they're
let
not
her go to
playing with her
Mexico
like
so
that.
she don't come back.
Thank you. So I was just kind of
No.
like, okay. And them just kind of like forcing her into the scene, like both her and Angel just seemed like, because they've been absent so much,
Yeah.
it just seemed like I don't need to see her on FaceTime. She's not on the trip. It's not like they were there for 2 weeks. You know, I don't know. I didn't need to see it.
I didn't need to see it either, Cindy.
Mm-mm.
They hate the Mrs. Brooke comes in with her husband. She introduced her husband to Jelani. I was like, damn, he doesn't even know him.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Jen is happy to see.
But she said, my friend Jelani.
Yeah, she was like, I never introduced y'all. I was like,
yeah.
if he's
Which
your friend and y'all were married,
yeah,
he doesn't know.
It was weird.
That was weird to me.
Yeah.
She introduces her husband to Jelani. Jen is happy to see Brooke and the husband together. Not because this means they are getting back together, but it's a step in the right direction. Duffey's best friend shows up. Like, where did she come from?
That's what I was going to say. That was what I was trying to hold off on.
I thought Brandi was her best friend. I didn't know she had a best friend.
That's what I was going to say. That's why I was trying to hold off on. I was just like, now this proves what I said from the very beginning of the season, when I was just like, they used to be so much closer. Like, I was like, they don't seem like, they don't call each other sister anymore. They're not.
No, not sister Tita.
But, you know, they used to kind of like light up and like laugh with each other. Like,
yeah, my tita.
And then all of a sudden there was like Duffey's best friend. I was just like, oh.
Yes. The title said Duffey's Brandi's best friend.
Yeah.
What happened to Tita?
Yeah.
Y'all couldn't type Tita?
Because they're not, and they haven't been. And that shows like, it seems like they kind of fell out of touch too. So maybe that's why she was also feeling like, why am I supposed to be? We don't even talk, you know.
Right.
I don't
Girl,
know.
who are you? You can't sit with us.
Exactly. But clearly, Brandi knew who she was, because she would have been asking around like, "Who's that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I was
weird.
like, some random girl, Duffey's best friend. What?
Yeah, but we saw her in Part A when they were.
And she threw some major shade. We're gonna get to that in a minute, though.
Oh, I was gonna say, but we saw her in Part A when they were discussing, you know, like her career.
Who, Duffey's best friend?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't even remember. I don't even remember.
Yeah. They were in their apartment.
Oh, at their apartment. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I totally forgot that was the same person.
And then she went with her to go.
You got a good memory, Cindy.
No,
I forgot all about that.
I was gonna say it's only this show. You know, I have a horrible memory. But I was gonna say,
she had red hair, right?
Yes, and then they went to go see French together. Yes.
Okay.
And he knew who she was.
No idea that was the same person.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't put two and two together.
That's who she was, and I was like, "Oh, this girl." So that's why I was like, "So what is really going on with Brandi and Duffey? I don't get it."
Next thing she's gonna be dating a basketball player.
Oh.
A friend to the show for Duffey.
Yes, friend of the show. Yes.
Girl, they bring her on and be like, no.
Exactly.
She didn't really even give a lot of personality. The shade that she threw, though, we'll get there in a minute.
Okay.
So Rock and Angel showed up. Finally, Duffey and Iman showed up. So we get to the proposal. Iman is in total shock. Duffey gives her speech. When I rise. No, I'm just playing.
You mean thank you for saving me?
Yes, about him saving her.
Yes.
She asked him to marry her this year. He says yes. They celebrate with a toast. Duffey and Iman mingle with everyone. They sit down with her best friend, and she asks, "Are you gonna cry?" He's like, "No, I'm just excited." She's like, "It's not enough emotion."
He said,
where's the emotional part at? I need this nut running down your nose. I need you to start crying right now. I need to fall on the floor and start foaming at the mouth.
No, most
He was
men are
like,
not
"No,
going
I'm
to
just
do
excited
that.
right now. That's it."
Right, but it's like, but most men are not going to do that. And if they're going to do it, they're going to not do it in front of strangers, which is
Yes.
most of those women are, you know. So it's like
She was
he
like, "You
doesn't.
ain't about to call the, you ain't about to call out like throw out the fireworks or something." I'm
Right,
like, he doesn't even know what's happening here. I mean, if
exactly.
like, and I don't even know what his sign is, but like for me, I'm a Virgo. If
Uh-huh.
you surprise me, it's gonna take time for me to process what the hell just happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
your mom was just like, "Oh, I'm just so happy here." I mean, I don't even know half these motherfucking people here, but
Yeah, but it's like, what's going
my
on?
family's not here. Her friends are here. We're on a
Right,
TV
right,
show. I mean,
right,
what am I going to cry for? I don't even know if this is real right now. We're on a TV show,
right.
but you
And
know what? I'm just excited. And
yeah,
mom's like,
and the little fireworks went off on the "Marry Me" sign. It was very
and then
cute. Like
they
some,
ran from him. You see, they ran from him.
yeah,
It was like,
because
oh
he
shit,
wasn't expecting it. He was like,
watch my
"What's
hand, watch my
happening?"
hand.
It would have been. I think it would have probably been more emotional if, like, say they brought
His
Shaunie out.
family.
Yeah, his family or the baby out. Like bring the baby out and
Yeah.
say all of that. But yeah, he's not going to sit there and start crying in front of
Why
those
would he
women.
get emotional off of her friends there on a show
Exactly,
that she's
on
not
the
even really
show
friends with?
that she's not friends with, and also that he barely knows because we
Yeah.
really have only seen him in maybe one, maybe two scenes, with the rest of the women. So it's like he doesn't even really know those girls like that. And he didn't even care to even go to Mexico. He wanted to go to his poker game.
Yeah. Granted, I think
He's
that Duffy
probably
did a great job setting that whole thing up. It looked beautiful.
Yeah. It was
But you
really,
should have done
really
with their
pretty.
friends and family, not with this show.
Yes, agreed. But
But I think
again,
that
that was the only way
the
she was
setup
going to
that
get
Duffy
it
did, I thought it
filmed.
was beautiful though.
It was really beautiful. And
Yeah.
I really liked the dress. That was the best she's looked that whole trip was in Angel Brinks's dress. I thought she looked good in the dress.
Cindy, I'm with you when you're right.
I'm just saying. I was like, this is what you should have been looking like the whole trip, girl.
Yes. Yes.
Like that literally was the best that she looked. And Jackie, I was like, where are you going with go-go boots on? You're at the beach in
We
Mexico.
let's wait till we get to the boots because
Okay,
we haven't
all
got to the
right.
boots yet.
Okay. Just her look before we even saw the boots. I was like,
All I'm saying is those boots were made for walking.
yes. I was just like, this is what you come. I would have liked her better if she wore like a really pretty sarong or something. I don't know. I just don't. She just looked raggedy to me. I'm sorry.
Very, very raggedy. And that's
Yes.
Doug Christie's wife.
Yes.
Uh,
And she'll let you know it.
she
Okay.
is a coach's wife in
Yes.
the NBA.
Right.
So we get to Brandi and Jennifer. They are happy about the moment. Jackie says, "Oh, I think this is Brandi and Jackie, not Jennifer." They are happy about the moment. It's Jackie. Jackie says their group is the marrying type. She thinks Jenna and Jelani will eventually get married, which that's not a lot. That's the fake now.
That's fake.
Uh,
But also,
Brandi,
why? But why is she? It's only Jackie keeps bringing up her.
because Cindy, when we get done with this, let's talk about it because
Okay.
I really can't.
Okay.
Even though we know it's not gonna happen, Brandi thinks she should talk to Jen. Jackie thinks it's a bad idea because she doesn't want to get into an argument at Duffy's party. This is the
I
most
agree.
mature that Jackie's ever been.
Yep, I agree. She's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
She takes back saying Jen's project was trash, but she stands on Jennifer being a bitch and that she would slap the taste out of her mouth because she deserves it. Brandi hates that she's in the middle because it feels like they have to pick sides. But even worse when it's with Jackie because she's the matriarch of the group. Without Jackie, it dismantles the group. Tell me how you feel. I'm gonna tell you how I feel after this.
Okay. I don't feel like it dismantles the group if
Mhm.
Jackie, but I do agree with Brandy in that when any of them fight, like it was, excruciating the first part because of her and Malaysia going back and forth, and everybody poking in and being like, you miss her, like we just don't need to see all that. It does make it fractured and kind of chaotic. I don't like to see that. I like it
Yeah,
when they can, if they all have a discussion, let's all discuss. If they're all fighting, then great. But I don't like to see like one or two people just getting picked on,
yeah.
even if it's Jackie, so, but they've all gone through it. Jen has gone through it the most. But I just feel like,
And
you
not
know,
from just this season.
Yeah, exactly. In previous season, like literally, that was her character for so many seasons.
After Evelyn went off on her
Yep.
and with her friend who smacked her.
Yeah, that's
That's been
right.
like her role every season.
Every season, and so I just feel like if she could tough it out and get those checks for that, then now don't try to be all tough now, Jennifer. However,
Yeah.
I do feel like it does make it uncomfortable. I just wish that if Jackie said, like, I'm not going to talk about this at the wedding, even if when they asked her about it, she should have just said, I need to go to my room. I'm not
Yeah.
going to do this. Learn to walk away without using the B word, without calling and yelling at all of that. We don't need to see all that. I was
Mm,
happy. I was hoping that she would just ended it maturely, which
mm.
unfortunately she wasn't able to do. But anyway, those were my thoughts there. But I just felt like it was so interesting that Brandi always says that for other friendships, but she talked to her friends when she's having a disagreement with them worse than Jackie.
So I'll say this. I think that Jackie did an amazing job. And
Yeah.
I never would ever say this.
Yeah.
But Jackie did an amazing job trying to avoid this conversation during
Yes.
Duffy's engagement party.
I
This
agree.
shows that there's growth here with Jackie. Um, she kept saying, like, I don't want to deal with this at Duffy's engagement party. When
Right.
Brandi asked at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end, she was like, I don't want to deal with it. Even when they sat down, wait, let me make sure we're not there yet before I do this.
Because I was going to say then that's why I was hoping that Brandi would stop pushing her because, but then also, I don't know if I
Well,
would use
I
the
don't
word.
think that Brandi was pushing her. I think that she was trying to like bring it up so that Jackie knew that that was like on the way. And if you um what? Thank you to D Williams for the Cash App.
Aw.
Oh, okay. Um, thank you for the Cash App and the message. So I don't think that I forgot what I'm saying now.
We were talking about Brandi talking to Jackie about talking to Jen.
I don't know. There was a message in the Cash App that it's flew my mind a little bit.
Oh,
um, I forgot what I was saying, Cindy. I'm sorry, I
that's
forgot.
okay. That's okay. You might find your way back to it because, I just felt like when you talked about Jackie having growth, I was like, I don't really feel like that's growth sulking off to the
Oh,
side.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
did feel like it was growth with Jackie because Jackie kept saying, "I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna sit over here. Y'all go over there." Like she
Right.
really separated herself. So for me, with normal Jackie, I think that Duffy said it. She was like, "You would have been over there like, hey Jennifer, what's
Yeah.
up?" Like she
Right.
wouldn't. That's normal Jackie. But
Right.
she sat over there. She gave Duffy her moment, and I really respected Jackie for that.
I don't
It
think I
wasn't until they
respected
went
her. I
over into
felt
Jackie,
like,
which we'll get into that in a minute.
okay.
But I really like that part about Jackie because to me, I feel like she really kind of likes Duffy for her not to cause a scene on
Yeah.
purpose during
Right.
her, her engagement thing.
Right. Right.
Let me go back to this. Brady thinks she should talk to Jen. Jackie thinks it's a better deal. Okay. She takes wait, my phone again. She takes back saying Jen's project was trash, but she stands on Jennifer being a bitch and she will slap the taste out of her mouth because she deserves it. So Brandy hates that she's in the middle because it feels like they have to pick a side.
Yep.
Even worse when it's to Jackie because she's the matriarch. That's the thing I was trying to say of the group. Without Jackie, it dismantles the entire group. So I think we stop there. So that's what I was going to say. So I hate to keep calling Jackie the matriarch of the group.
Yeah.
I think the LA group though. I
Yes.
have to change. I have to like really like change my view of that because she is the matriarch of LA.
Yeah.
So then we get to Rock and Angel.
And to those ladies, Brooke,
Yeah, because they don't know
Brandi,
Jennifer like that.
exactly, Brandi, like all of them came under her.
Yeah, even
Hmm.
though Brandy was on Miami.
Yeah. You
So
you said that. I don't remember her, but
I forgot who's one of them. I think Evelyn said it that she was
okay.
on there. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So she was like in the she was like I don't know if you remember Married to Medicine when Dr. Heavenly, she was like did you watch Married to Medicine?
Yeah.
Dr. Heavenly, remember the scene where Mariah and Toya got into that fight?
Mm-hmm.
Heavenly was at that party.
Oh yeah, they did show her in the background. Yeah. I remember that.
So they did a
She
thing where
wasn't
they
in the
showed
show.
Brandi at an event that
Oh
the Miami
wow.
girls had, and Brandi was there.
Oh wow.
It's kind of the same thing. So let's get back to so Rockin' Angel checked the nanny cam, but she feels good about finally being able to be free and worry and from worrying while they are away. Brandi catches them checking on the baby. She tells them to enjoy the trip and let the nanny do her job. Brooke and her husband toast to a smooch. She still doesn't know if she's going to show up to the court date. Why do we have to keep talking about it?
don't know. I don't know. The man is there, and why are we still talking about
and you
it?
had sex with him last night.
Yes. But still, that does not mean.
I feel like she's trying to convince herself.
I just feel like, sometimes it is hard for women because, when you're intimate with someone, you do get emotional connections stronger, and so you feel kind of
men
guilty.
too. That's not just a woman thing. Men do too.
No,
maybe
but
gay,
I'm just saying.
Maybe gay men. I don't know, but we get emotional.
Well, I was just gonna say, but women, we're known to being the more, sensitive, emotional people in the relationship, and I'm talking about like a man, woman, like what's happening with like Brooke is mad and upset with him because of the cheating, but she's still emotionally connected. Does that make sense? So
it does make sense, but that's that's a lot of relationships when that happens. Like, there's
I don't know about that.
Or even with putting hands on. It happens. Some people like they stay. That love doesn't leave because that bad part happened, and they kind of like linger around a little bit.
Right.
Sometimes they go back, sometimes they don't. But it's understandable. I think that listening to this, I'm just like, girl. I mean, he's there, and you told him where you were at. So,
right. But she also told him that she wasn't sure and for him not to think that they're just going to jump back
together. She slept in the
together.
bed with him that night, and they probably had the SDA.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. That still doesn't mean that she wants to continue her marriage.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. But that does cause mixed signals too.
It does. But I think that's why, I'm one of the women, like when I'm done, I'm done. If I'm not done, then I'm not going to keep saying like I'm done. I'll just keep saying I'm trying to figure it out. Let me work on it or whatever. And she keeps saying I want to end the marriage through tears. So it's like maybe you should give yourself a chance to get off the show and think about it if it's even a real storyline.
The thing right now they're not together.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't feel like she was going to get past it.
And then sir
be gone. Yeah, I feel like also, they didn't really seem as lovey-dovey until we got to the engagement, or re-engagement rather, because I was just
we only seen him like twice at that where she introduced us to him, and then this.
No, and then at the restaurant when she finally agreed to meet with him, and she was crying. Remember, they were together by themselves. Okay, this was
that's how much he's unforgettable.
Yes. He's unforgettable. I just feel like she could do way better. But that's my opinion. Yeah, I just feel like
I don't like he seems like a scam.
Yeah, he doesn't seem genuine. It doesn't seem like a real relationship. I mean, even Iman and Duffey.
He's like, baby, I'm sorry and I've changed.
Right.
We're gonna get back together. She's like, allegedly, but you know what? I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna do my thing. Okay, everybody says that, but I'm a better man now. Yeah, because I left your ass and you're lonely. You probably had sex with like many women in between this time. Like,
right.
I didn't believe nothing that he said.
Me neither.
And I hope that she's not that damn dumb to believe him either, because nothing seemed genuine. And Jackie's like, oh girl, he loved you so much.
Right.
I'm like, Duck is probably just running amok in that relationship because if Jackie believes this, then she believes anything.
I think she wants to live in that world. Jackie's in that whole let's get married she's in that whole world. That's why she wants everybody to stay together, and
Be
some people
miserable with
are
me.
not. Yes, but it's also this also like everybody's life is not run like that, so anyway, I just feel like he doesn't seem genuine. And I was about to say before him, even Duffey and Iman seems shy, but they seem like they're in a real relationship.
Absolutely, I believe that story.
Yeah, instead of like them, I just am like, I don't know what these tears, and it doesn't seem genuine to me. Even Jelani and Jen seem more genuine.
They do. I believe that Johnny really liked her.
We'll see.
I don't believe that I don't believe that she liked him.
Right. We'll
Because how
see.
did you lose? Like, how did you fumble the ball on that?
Right. Because he's
And again,
probably
like if it was something bad, it would have been all in the blogs. Oh, Jelani cheated on her. Yeah, with
right.
some other woman. Like it was a net. She's the one who posted her with a tattoo,
Yes.
with another man. Like it was never Jelani. So unless you come into the reunion and say Jelani did something, they prove that he did this stuff. It's Jennifer.
It is her, because I feel like she always falls for these really bad guys. He
Yeah.
probably was too nice and too boring for her, because it kind of
She
seems
chose
like
that the terribly ugly man that she
yes.
married for the money.
Yep.
Then she went over to the man who stole her car,
Yep.
allegedly. And then she
Tim
was at
Norman.
Jelani, and then he was like too
No, no,
good for her.
no. It was Tim Norman from Sweeties.
Oh, Tim Norman with the hips.
Yep.
And then then we get to Jelani and we're like, oh my God, Jennifer, this is great.
It's
And she
perfect,
can't
right?
deal with good,
She
like
can't
a
deal with
good
it.
damn man.
She only can seem to deal with the messy men.
And this man has a whole criminal past.
Yes. And you're showing him
Oh.
off like he's something to be shown off. I was like,
He bought me a watch. Who gives a girl? You can go to Walmart to buy a watch.
I know. I don't, but again, that's Jen is kind of gold diggery. Maybe if Jelani did shower her with like more stuff, maybe he would have stuck around.
Maybe if he doesn't, and she realizes that he's a real man who doesn't need to do that, because in real life, that's not how life works.
Yeah, but
Then she
that's
would find a
how
real
her life
man.
works. That's how her life works.
Her life,
Everything
but her
that
life ain't been working for her though.
exactly,
So,
but everything that she wears is like name brand. I bet you if he would have come up with some of that stuff, he probably would be around longer.
probably.
Yeah.
And they would have never got married. They would never had
No.
anything. I don't think
No.
she wants. I don't think she. I think when the parents told her that they want to have twins, Jennifer checked out.
Yeah, I think she got scared. I think it was
Yeah.
too much. And even though she keeps saying she wants a good man, but most good men want to settle down eventually. They want like Duffy said, like save you from the streets. you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, why do you keep going back to these like nothing men? I don't know.
I feel sad for Jennifer because she'll look back and be like, well, maybe
What
she won't,
happened?
maybe she won't, maybe that's just like
Maybe.
her life. Because I think that we are, as Virgos, like we're very introverted.
Uh-huh.
And to be honest, I don't really miss companionship like that. But if I had it, like if I would have met Jelani, in the gay form, I would have been all down for it. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't cancel that out for anything. I don't know. Like something's not right for me. I don't know.
Me neither.
Something
And
not
that's what I'm
matching.
saying. It's not matching up. They even left on a happy note. Even if we would have seen them be a little bit more standoffish, just like,
Yeah.
or had her say even a line, something like, he and I don't get to spend that much time together, or something like that, then it would start to make sense. But you can't all be all hugged up and kissing and stuff, and then abruptly cut the show saying it's the season finale, and then we find out before it's even over that you're not with that man.
And it makes me look at them like now, like when he came to the hotel in Mexico,
Uh-huh.
when he kissed her, like I was like, "There's no passion in that."
Yeah, for her.
Yeah, I feel like he liked her for real,
Huh.
and she was just like, "Yep, Jackie is."
Yes, and he was.
I'm gonna serve her today. Like
Yes.
he's like, "I'm
He's
here
probably
for
like,
you."
I don't want to hear about that old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand it.
Yeah.
So after this, we get to the toast. Brooke joins all the ladies. After the toast, Brooke joins all the ladies. Well, everyone but Jackie, because she's sitting off to the side. Duffy thanks everyone. She thanks Angel for the dress. She feels relieved it's all over. Duffy compliments Brooke on her husband. the guys go off and do God things. And Brandi's like, yes, please, but we're about to have a whole shit fest.
Right. And they probably knew it. That's why they were like, let's go. Yeah.
They was probably like, cut the cameras real quick. Listen, go
Right.
to the bar, go find some other women because we're about to fuck some shit up right now.
Yeah, exactly. Seriously.
Brandi is like, yes. Oh, yeah. Duffey realizes Jackie's energy is off. They encourage her to go talk to Jackie. Duffey thanks Jackie for her support and her friendship. She lets her know, Jackie would have normally came over and made a scene with Jen, but she's noticed that she's off to herself. Jackie says she knows her energy is off, but for the sake of Duffey's day, it's right where it needs to be.
Yeah.
She's happy she's ending the trip on a high note because she had a major blow up with Jennifer. She thought she thought she was one way and then she turned out to be another.
Jack, I don't know why
I don't buy this part from Jack.
Yeah, I was just about to say I don't know why Jackie keeps bringing up Jen at all.
Yeah.
So just be there for your friend. If I'm not really bothered, I won't care. I really won't.
Well, I think the problem is this: Jackie's been trolling Jennifer all season.
She has.
And like for her to be so offended by Jennifer, to me, is like it really makes me hate Jackie.
Yes, and I feel like too the other women, I'm really annoyed because even when Brandi was over there talking to her first, when Jackie said that she was,
she side out of the fuck out of her.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is she looked at her like, yeah, she did side eye her, but why didn't she just say why? Why are you this angry? Nobody's asking Jackie why?
Because she said, I do apologize for calling her project trash, but when I said I wanted to, whatever she said after that, she was like, I meant it, and Brandi was like,
right, but then why didn't she say why?
What?
Right.
It's like, but they entertain Jackie's behavior again because they think she's the matriarch of the show, so it's hard to go against her. The only person who can really do it is Malaysia. She's not there.
Right.
And Brandi does it, but the way that Brandi does it is just like, I think that Brandi's on like, I don't want to cause any more shit because it's already enough shit going on. Malaysia always want to call her out there, like Brandi like doubles back on it.
Yeah,
and I miss that team that they did with Jackie.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I think she needs a partner because I don't, even if Brooke would have come over there, I don't know if their dynamic would be the same, but it could have been a little closer. I just feel like, she's uncomfortable going there with Jackie to the point of like, she's already on thin ice with, her friendship with Duffey. Like I feel like she just don't want to rock the boat with any more of the ladies.
I'll say this: I feel like Jackie's on a high horse right now, and I'm sick of it. I'm gonna just drop the shit because I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to wait to the end of this, but I just want to drop this.
Yeah.
I'm sick of Jackie's shit, to be honest.
Yep. Me too.
Jackie is like, I'm the matriarch, yes, because Shaunie has left, Tammy has left, Evelyn has left, Malaysia is gone, and now it's you. You have been the crazy person.
Right.
The entire thing. No one has ever referred to you as the matriarch until this season.
Right.
That's because they don't have a choice because you were there before them, besides Jennifer. And Jennifer's not putting up for the shit.
Right.
Jennifer's not the best person in the world. I'm never going to get it to Jennifer either.
Right.
But I'm sick of fucking Jackie this season.
Me too.
Because if she was a matriarch, she wouldn't have to finagle the season to make it a good season. Yes. Jackie's winning season is so uncomfortable and so boring and so bad that people don't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
And if you're like, she took them to a fucking desert for her project. Where's the movie at?
And also a weird desert. It's not. I mean,
where's the movie that you took them for this project at?
Yeah,
because it still hasn't came out yet, and it's happened over a year ago. We were just in the promotion or something by now. It hasn't happened. Jackie is the problem because she has nothing else to do at this point. Right. Evelyn is gone. She's even with Tammy. She made a mess with Tammy, and then it was she's done it with Brandi, Malaysia. She's done with everybody on the show.
Yeah.
So now she just has these girls here. So now it's Jennifer. Jennifer and Jackie were never friends.
No.
So I don't know why she's claiming like, oh, we were good friends. I don't know why Jennifer even said this shit.
Me neither. But maybe they were talking about
pathetic to me to watch this and to see Jennifer and Jackie say this,
Yeah.
I think they're saying they're trying to compete with who is the
They're the
main person.
longest.
But if
Yeah.
we're going to talk about it, it's Jennifer. Whether
Yeah.
she creates more content or she's the bigger person or not, Jennifer is the OG of the damn franchise, period.
Yep.
So
Yep.
bow down, Jackie.
Yeah. And
And
also
that's what it
Jack
is. You
and
cannot
I
until Jennifer leaves, then she's going to be that person. And
yeah.
Jackie should have created a friendship with Jennifer and made it what it was.
Right.
Go after the other girls. Her and Brooke do not have a good relationship, but all of a sudden Brooke is her friend. Brooke beat you up on the season before the last time we seen her. But
Right.
here's Jackie coming on saying, "Oh no, I love you, girl." When did you love her?
Right. And again, I never saw them communicate outside of this. Regardless of her little weak ass receipts that she had in text that she didn't really show about her and Jennifer communicating. It probably was a brief conversation where she's just like, Jackie probably said, "What are you working on?" or "What are you doing?"
She
And
did.
Jen was like,
She did show us. She said that
"Yeah,
She showed that Jennifer asked for her email, but it's like, girl, it's like me saying, Cindy, yo, I did a YouTube video this week. Can you watch it?
yeah," and
Like,
that's that.
why do you have to be? You're not even if you're a producer. That doesn't give you producer credits. Like
Absolutely.
Jackie is so oblivious to the world.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. And especially to be her age, I just feel like also Jen also still maintains the look of what the original show was. She
Yes.
has that look. Jackie doesn't have any of that. She's
Yeah.
lucky to still be on the show because those girls used to look closer to what Jen looks like, not what Jackie looks like,
Yeah.
So I just feel like, when they're just like, "Oh, Angel, your dress is so nice." I was like, yeah, that's how the girls used to always be when they would go places. So Jackie has never really fit to me. She just found a way to have her craziness be a part of the show. I feel like again, her being jealous of Jen is really misplaced because she cannot really compete with Jen. It doesn't matter her. I mean, even when before she has started having a conflict with Jen, we haven't even seen that puppy ever again. Remember? She had a
Ever.
puppy.
The dog has been nowhere. The
The
door is
dog has
closed for
never
the dog.
exactly, like we haven't heard about that dog. So it seemed like she was just trying to grasp at straws to keep herself relevant, and I just don't like what that she's doing this. I
Yeah.
mean, this seems like an old bitter woman who is trying to compete with like kids that could be, I mean, women that could be her kids.
It literally seems like
A little lonely out on that limb by yourself, Miss Watson?
she's lonely. Like she has
Yes.
nothing to give, and she's trying to
Yep.
put it off on these girls because Doug is gone.
Yep.
She has nothing to give, and so she creates a lot of drama with these girls. Jennifer, because I think they said that Jennifer was older than her. Jennifer's like Jackie's like 2 years older than me,
Hmm.
so that's not the truth.
Yep.
Jackie has nothing to give, and if she would have had Malaysia stay around, it would have been better for Jackie. But Malaysia's
Yeah.
like, I'm out. I can't
I'm
do it
out.
anymore. My house is in foreclosure. My
Yep.
kids need somebody to be there. I don't think the problem was even really Brandi. I
Right.
think
And
there
she's
was
and
more
she's
of
like,
she has a lot going on.
yeah, and she was just like, "I'm just not focused on this." She was just,
Yeah,
she was just in a different space where
yeah.
she's just like, "I don't want to deal with this. When I come around, I want to have fun. And every time I
Because
come
to be
around, it's a
honest, if she was the
problem."
matriarch when that shit was going on with her and Malaysia and Brandi,
Yeah.
she would have really stepped in and fixed that because they did
Yeah.
it with her every season.
Yes. And
Malaysia
and
and
even
Brandi
when she
fixed
tried,
Jackie shit every season on that franchise.
yes. Yes.
So
And
if she
even
was the
when they
matriarch, she would have known how to do that part. Think about when you go to Miami.
yeah.
They would leave off mad, but they would come back in a different situation. You never knew who
Yeah.
was friends.
Right.
So for them to come on the franchise like this, and no one was like, "Yo, Brandi and Malaysia's fighting," like I think
Right.
that was my irritation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now that we're talking about like now it's really resonating with me that no one was sitting there saying like, "Yo, this shit ain't right." Like
Right.
Malaysia and Brandi are like fighting on this freaking. She first came back. It doesn't make any sense. And Jackie was like,
Well,
Malaysia, I mean, I feel you, girl. Brandi, I feel you, girl. It was like she was sitting in the middle, and they never did that
yeah.
with Jackie. When Drea was mad, when Drea and Malaysia was mad, Drea went and made peace with Jackie so that Brandi and Malaysia would be friends with her.
Right.
When they're mad at her, Malaysia did the same thing, and then Brandi did the same thing with Jackie. Jackie
Right.
fumbled the ball.
Yeah, and I feel like Jackie and Duffy just did try to do it lightly, but I think, Duffy didn't try to
Hey,
push
Marcia.
it together, as much. Hey, Marcia, I don't think that Jackie tried to push um Malaysia the way that they have tried to push her in the right direction. Duffy tried to do it, but I feel like because her and
But
Brandy is
Duffy
not
didn't
as
have a dog in that fight because she
but
wasn't an original person, though. And that's what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying, but when it comes down to the originals of the show, even when it came down to Tammy, Evelyn, and Jennifer, Tammy tried to help Evelyn and Jennifer's relationship.
right.
For whatever reason, Jackie didn't really put a lot of effort into Brandy and Malaysia's friendship. She did
Right,
say a few things or
because I think
whatever.
because I think Jackie is always the odd man out, you know.
No, but they don't call her the matriarch then.
But yeah, but once again, she's much older than those women, and I think that's what they mean by matriarch. But to Jackie, I think she thinks matriarch because she was one of the first people on the show. But what I think those ladies are thinking, like a Brandy or Brooke or whatever, is that she's older, so she's a
Yeah.
matriarch,
So they like you, the
So
old lady on the show.
yes, exactly. Exactly. And just because you're old doesn't mean that you're mature.
I think that's what this season really missed was that there was no one really fighting for that. That to me that would have been the key of the show
Yeah.
was for Brandy and Malaysia to make peace with each other, and they dropped
And
the
I know
ball on that.
poor so Deb, you want that so bad. I
No,
don't
I'm
think
saying to be honest, like that's even when it comes down to Evelyn and Jennifer. Every
yeah,
time they brought them up, they were always trying to make Jennifer and Evelyn become friends again until they
yeah,
actually did it.
yeah.
It was like when Brandy came back, no one gave a fuck.
No.
They were like, girl, she ain't good for you. Girl, go. Like, it was like a separation.
Yeah.
And I think for a fan of basketball, it's like, we love that part about them. Even when Evelyn and Jennifer first broke up, Shaunie and Tammy really went
Try to
hard to get them
try
back together.
yeah, try to get them back together because in
Yeah.
fact it is so sad to see because you're friends for so many years before you do this show and you fall out on the show. It's kind of like you got to find a way to you know find a way back to one another, and as a fan it really was so sad to see because you could see how much they missed each other. They
Yeah.
always would tear up if somebody talked about them or they talked about their old friendship, and you could see that it did really hurt. So I don't think that this franchise has like the the
They're more
leadership.
of an opportunist people.
Yes, they don't have the leadership. They're more like,
Yeah.
I'm here for me, I'm here to
Jackie's like,
talk
I'm the
about
OG, bitch. I mean, whatever
ex-
y'all do, y'all gonna do it. Like,
right.
fight it out, stretch his eyeballs out, Malaysia leaving. Girl, don't leave, but
Right.
leave. Like,
Right.
y'all not for me. Brandy's like, I really want my friend back, but bitch, I don't
Right.
really trust you like that in the confessionals. And I'm
Right.
like, if this was Miami, think about they made up with Susie. They made up with uh, Evelyn and Jennifer made up. They made up
Everybody
with
except for Royce.
Tammy so many times.
Everybody
Royce
except
made
for
up with
Royce.
Jennifer. Like, there was so many makeups. But when it comes down to it with this person, it's like, bitch, deuces.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Jennifer Brandi making with Malaysia. No, okay, we're fine. Like
Right.
there was no effort in any of it.
Because they're not genuine friends. That's what I'm talking about. That takes us back to the very beginning. They're not genuine friends. They were just trying to get to know each other. They didn't film for years and they didn't have real genuine friendships outside of this, outside of
But I'm
Duffy and
but
Brandy.
I'm not even blaming the rest of the cast, but
Hmm.
who I do put that on is Duffy and Jackie.
Yeah.
Because they should have been the people that were doing that. So when Jackie says, "Oh, I'm the
But they
matriarch,"
tried.
well, the
They
matriarch,
tried.
because even Shaunie, when she was on the show, definitely sat with Jennifer and Evelyn and tried to make that work for many of episodes. Like she
Yes,
really
but
did.
yes, but you have to. I mean,
You
that's
have to
you're
act. You
talking
have to
about a mature. You're talking about a mature person. You're not. We're not
right, right,
talking
right.
about Jackie Christie. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep in mind the expectations of whoever you're trying to talk about.
No, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying. So when we call her a matriarch, because the
Right.
matriarch has a lot of responsibilities as
They
well.
do, but she's not talking about it in
So
that way.
I wouldn't call Jackie a matriarch
Me
because
neither.
she doesn't have the behavior of one at
She's
all.
the she's the
She's more like the crazy auntie that's been around for many of years, and she finally got to be the main person because everybody else done moved on.
she's the matriarch of the Christie family. She's not the
Yeah,
matriarch of that show.
yeah.
Yep.
Shauna says, and that's crazy how Malaysia and Brandi can't get it right, but Malaysia gave Jackie 1,000 chances. She did. And I listen, because I can, I can go on for days.
Yes.
That's what that's what bothers me though so much, Cindy. And
Yeah.
I don't even think I've even like really conveyed that. But that's what bothers me so much about this whole thing with Malaysia and Brandi. Like, no one fought for that besides anybody. It was like, girl, talk to her. Duffey made fun of it. Brandy's like, it's not funny. And then Jackie's like, talk to her. Then they made some kind of progress, and then it went left, and then she didn't give a fuck no more. Like, this would never be at Miami. This is why I feel like it's below Jennifer. I think that's why Jennifer doesn't really relate to them.
Yeah, she doesn't. And like I said, because when she was started, when they started Miami, like I said, they had genuine friendships. These girls were basically put together, and that's why they can have these falling out and then not tape and then come back and tape, because they're not real friends. They're not spending time with each other's kids and hanging out and stuff. They're not doing that,
We haven't seen a play date with the kids on this franchise, have we?
At all. And we know Duffey, she has her 2 kids. We've not seen her kids playing with Brittish's kids. Like, we don't see them like that.
Angel has kids. Brandi has a kid. I mean, Jackie's kids are way too old to play with them kids.
Right.
British has a kid. Like, I mean, she's not there all the time.
But Jackie has grandkids.
I mean, so you even have that, but we don't even see that.
No.
So it's the fakeness of LA for me.
Me too. It's the fakeness for real. And I think that's why Malaysia got tired too, because she was just like, it's too draining. Like, she comes on this show to collect her check and, have some cocktails and have some fun. And
I think the only time we've seen them ever collaborate with families was with Brandi in Malaysia and when Brandi's first season.
Yeah. Yep. Because it was genuine. They had a real friendship outside of that. Mm-hmm.
We've never even seen Duffey and Brandi's kids play together.
No. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think they know each other like that. That's the point. That's what made that whole scene with the husband and Brooke seem uncomfortable. Like, it would be different, like I said, if they had years under their belt and then you could see them try to support her in that way. But to me, it just doesn't come off genuine when any of them try to do anything. Now, like you said earlier, Brandi did give her good advice. She has lived through it. I don't think she has let it go, but I feel like she's, her talking about it means that she's still working on it through herself,
Let me respond to Kayla real quick. She says, how do y'all know they're not real friends? So you see down here it says allegedly. So we're talking about our opinions. We're not saying for facts. We're talking about our opinions because that's why it says allegedly down here in the bottom. But thank you for your comment. China Sky says, I think Brandi is upset because Malaysia couldn't save her from Shaunie. Thank you for your services. No, because she came back. Brandi came back the season after that.
Right.
And then actually Shaunie came back this season, the beginning, to bring Brandi back. So I don't think that what the case was. I think that what the case was with Brandi is that the season that she was off is that Malaysia kept setting her up and wasn't telling that Brandi was coming around when Tammy was there because Tammy didn't like Duffey. And because of Duffey, she didn't like Brandi because she felt like Brandi caused the situation with her and Duffey. Hey, Janet Holiday.
Hey, Janet Holiday.
I am dropping the link, y'all. This is our last episode. Well, we got the reunion to do.
Yeah, but
I do want to know what you guys think of the full season. What do you guys think?
Season.
So, yeah, this episode or the full season. What do you guys think? So the link is there if you guys want to come up.
And I thought that they did. I thought it was nice that they did at least mention Brooke's daughter at the end.
Yes, I did. I love that.
Yeah. Because
I'm just like, why did y'all go? Like, if this was happening, why did y'all? Unless Brooke was like, no, I'm not. I can't.
Yeah. Yep.
Why did y'all not go back and film?
I feel like
because there was so much going on in their lives.
No, but it was too soon to lose your child. I'm not going to film that for a messy reality TV show. I'm not going to do that. Especially like I said.
I don't think it would have been messy though. I guess I don't know.
They are. Did you see how they were fighting?
No, I'm saying with her, like after this happened, I think that it would have kind of changed the dynamics of everything.
I would not want to talk about my grown adult child who had just passed away to film. Not this season. Now, maybe next season if she comes back and some time had passed, but I think it was too fresh for her to. I couldn't even get through talking about it. They would just literally be filming me crying. So I wouldn't want to talk about that.
I'm sure they bring it up during the reunion.
Yeah, or sometime, like I said, if this show does come back and we get our wish of,
I think they already
people.
signed for another season already.
Oh, did they? Okay. Brooke as well.
Well, I don't know if Brooks will be back, but I
Okay.
can't imagine. I think, I mean, my key cast would be Brooke, Brandi, Jackie, for whatever reason. Those three. Who else is on the show right now? The
Malaysia.
Oh, and Jennifer.
And Jennifer.
And Evelyn.
Malaysia and Evelyn.
Malaysia.
Okay.
And another friend of the show, another new person.
Another new person.
I think to be honest, I think that a lot of fans would love to see this, and I keep saying this. Brandi and Malaysia, Jennifer and Evelyn on this season together. And I feel like they cannot go out of this franchise without that.
I really feel like we would also love to see Drea come back. And she's never going to come back.
But she won't come back. But
yeah.
if they could, I would love to see that.
I would love to see that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
I want to see Susie come back, but she ain't coming back.
Me too. And she's not coming back. Yeah.
I think Drea and Susie is on the same page. Like, she ain't laughing.
Yeah, but at least Drea started on LA, whereas Susie never ever came to LA. You know what I mean? It's she was like, I'm Miami, and they left Miami, so I'm off. So yeah.
I really would love to just catch up with Susie a little bit, like to see where life is looking like. To be honest, if I had my dream cast of people, I would have Malaysia, Brandi, Jennifer, Evelyn, Shaunie, Tammy, and Susie. That would be my 7.
Wow. Okay.
Although I know Tammy's not gonna come back.
No, she's on to Miss Pat and everything else.
Yeah, and she's
Hey,
in.
so
Shout out to her for Miss Pat. Hey, Shay.
Hey,
Hey,
Shay.
hi, Cindy. I can't pronounce your name. Is it Cindy?
Cindy.
Cindy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cindy.
Cindy. That's Cindy. I ain't mean to interrupt, but y'all go ahead. What y'all was
Okay.
talking about?
No.
We're talking about our dream cast of what basketballs would look like from all the franchises. Like, what would your dream cast be?
Yeah.
Oh, for basketball wives?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm more into the OGs, honestly.
So who would your OGs be?
Evelyn Lozada.
Give me 7.
When I was watching Basketball Wives, I was thinking like, I gotta miss Susie.
Yeah, we just talked about her. We love Susie.
So give us for the franchise, if your perfect 7 people, who are your 7 people?
Ooh, 7. Okay, Evelyn Lozada, Susie, Shaunie, Tammy. I can do it. I don't like Jennifer like that.
Okay.
That was 4. I like Malaysia.
5.
And I like that one girl that they try to paint as crazy. The one who was her name? She was short, and she had just got into some legal trouble not too long ago by her son.
Royce.
Yeah, Royce.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's 6.
Oh, that's 6. Okay.
Hey, Brandi Maxiell.
Probably
Brandi
Maxiell.
Brandi
I don't know if it was Laura or if it was her. Which one was Gloria?
I think you're trying to say Brandi Maxiell.
Gloria.
Wait, which one was Gloria? Is Gloria the one that was married to that basketball player?
Yes.
If you can't remember her, then she's probably not a person that you want to bring back.
No. I can remember her face. The one that I don't want to come back was the one who was married to that basketball player. The one who kept getting into it with Royce. Her sister.
That's Gloria.
Wants to come back.
That's Gloria.
That's Gloria. So you're talking about Laura.
Her sister named Gloria?
No, Laura's who you want to bring back.
Laura.
Okay, I want Laura, not Gloria.
Okay.
And then for a bonus person, let's add Brandi Maxiell. I love that cast.
No.
Yeah, that cast gonna be lit. I don't like when they be bringing in new girls and stuff. Like, now I gotta like get to know them and like all that. Like that's just a little much for me.
Yeah,
It
I
kind of
hate that
causes
people want to
drama.
really change the dynamics of this group of women.
Yeah.
Because if you look at like the Housewives of Atlanta, like they had the same people for almost over 11 and 12 years,
Yeah.
and people are okay with that, And it's like with basketball, it's like I think that Tammy and Evelyn really effed that up, to be honest.
But I
With-
feel like those women also have a certain chemistry, and these you
Yeah.
can't just keep throwing girls
Well, no,
together because
but no, hear what I'm saying though. Tammy and Evelyn really messed that up because when that season with Keisha and Kenya happened,
yeah,
it changed the dynamic of the whole show.
yeah,
And then I don't know why Shaunie brought those girls over to LA because LA was doing just fine.
because they were real friends of Shaunie, and Shaunie was going to LA.
But they were also the problematic people from Miami.
It
We
doesn't
need
matter.
problematic
We
people
need those
though.
people.
But we already had Jackie Christie and Malaysia and Brandi.
No,
so we
but
didn't
Jackie
need
was
that.
brand new. We didn't
The
know anything
problematic
about Brandi.
from Miami was different from LA. I think that's why they have an issue with Jennifer because she's not from there and she doesn't live there. She doesn't understand the dynamics of LA women.
Yeah,
And so that's why she has a hard time like really like meshing with, especially with Jackie, because Jackie's like, bitch, I don't really know you like that. And I'm not really
but she meshed with
that.
all of them, so Deb, except for Jackie.
But they're not
And
from
even at
they're
the-
not from LA, they're from Texas.
Yeah, but they've been filming on the LA series, not in the Miami series. So,
but the girls from Miami were all from Miami and New York. These girls are all from LA. Besides Brandi, before they brought everybody else over there.
right.
So you think I make a better cast when they are from the same place?
Yes, because they've been in around the same circles. Because look at Drea, Malaysia, Jackie, those other girls who don't even really matter. The Govan girls, they were from LA.
Yeah.
So it makes sense because they've been around the same people. Their husbands work
The same circles.
Yeah, so it makes sense. But when you start bringing in girls from Texas, like that's why Duffey and Brandi, and there's another girl from Texas that's on this franchise. Who is it?
I don't know.
I don't remember who it is, or maybe it's not. But I don't know. I know, but Duffey and Brandi's friendship, it stems from. Oh, Tammy's from Texas, but she
lives out there, but I don't think she's from there. She's from
New York. She's from New York.
Tammy's from New York.
Yeah.
And which is
I think Shaunie did her dirty behind the scenes, but I think she just don't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think she put Jackie up to all shit she had going on this season. To be honest.
Yeah.
I think Shaunie was like, "Get your big one," but it didn't work well for Jackie. And like now we're looking at Jackie sideways. Even all the crazy shit that Jackie's done for all the seasons, like this one is horrible to me.
Yeah, me too.
Really? I don't think so. I think that season when she spit on that girl was the worst for me.
She spit on somebody?
Yeah, she spit on that girl. I think her name Megan James. She just did an interview with Tokyo Tony.
Oh, well, Megan James has done way worse than what Jackie's ever done. So I never looked at Jackie. Whatever she did with Megan, I'm not giving that. I'm sorry.
Right.
Megan has put people's clothes in a damn pool. She has
just the fact that you know that she has spit on somebody though. Like,
she has
right.
Megan has spit on people before too.
Yes.
So I cannot give. I can't give her that.
Oh, see, I ain't know that.
Megan was from the Bad Girls Club.
She was from the Bad Girls Club, and she still is a bad girl. And I love that she couldn't outshine Drea, and Drea got her together just by saying the word.
So bad. She tried her so bad, and Drea was still like, and you still have a fupa.
Right. And another girl that tried real bad and it just didn't work out for her was that girl, the girl that Drea got into a fight with.
Sunday.
And I'm like, girl, how you get beat up by Drea?
That was my favorite season. My favorite season.
She was so drunk because she was so drunk and she didn't know what was doing. Her and
Drea was like,
so drunk. Yes.
Girl, that's a mess.
Finish her. She jumped over that couch so high and it came her like, boom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But Sunday knew that Drea was
Sunday.
drunk though, and she kept on messing with Drea. And she hit Drea first.
Yep.
And then Drea was like, okay, I got you. She's like, I don't care what she do, when she come in here. And then Sunday kept on coming. And Sunday was like, Drea was like, oh, now you got a black eye. That was not Drea's fault. That was Sunday's fault.
It was Sunday's fault. Because
I ain't like Sunday.
Remember when she went to Angel Brinks' party when they had Jackie's alcohol on the floor?
Right.
Sunday was trying to fight at that party.
Right.
Because once again, her and Jackie were drunk on her product.
Yep.
Yep.
Jackie is unhinged when she gets drunk, just like Tammy is when she drinks beer out of a straw.
Yes.
Yeah.
and has her cigarette.
And she has a shot.
I like Tammy though. I like Tammy.
Me too.
I have a love-hate relationship with Tammy, but overall I do love her.
Yeah. She does bring something to all her shows. I'm sorry,
Yes.
she does. You know, she's one of the OG
Besides that,
reality.
she's giving nothing to me for that.
But it's just like, but you know, she is an OG reality person, one
Absolutely,
of the first.
yeah.
So I mean, you can't take away credit because a lot of these scenarios are based on behavior that she did like 30 years ago. You know what I mean?
It was not Malaysia who gave her that black eye. Hold on, guys. You know what? I forgot to do something.
Okay.
I gotta play my commercial.
Okay.
So, guys, I am doing a fundraiser for my kids at my school for next year for our uniforms. So, first of all, let me take this comment down because I realized I'll be doing this in the comment be up. But we're doing a fundraiser for my kids for $7.23. You can cash app it, or I will ask for the cash app it because that's the best way to do it. So it's and I'll put the cash app in the chat. So let me play this. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy SoDebNair, and I'm here to talk to you guys about something that I think is so fantastic. Remain Teachable, one of my subscribers, is graduating on July the 23rd, and she came up with something I think is so amazing and something that is going to help my students out so much. We are trying to raise $723. This $723 will go to my students' uniforms for the 2023-2024 school year. So what we're asking is that you donate $7.23. If we can reach this, it would be so amazing and be so helpful for my students to get uniforms because some kids only have one polo, one pair of pants, and thought this was so amazing. And I'm so excited about this. We already have donations already, but I'm hoping that you guys help us reach this goal by July the 23rd. So again, you can log on to SoDebNair.com, drop that $7.23, and we will make sure that you guys get to find out their end results by July the 23rd. Thank you so much in advance, and let's do it. All right? I'm out, y'all. Bye. All right, y'all. So we actually, I think my last live, we got, we went up to, hold on.
Didn't you say it was like 500 and something?
Yes, I know we need $128 left. So my math ain't mathing right now. So we have $541. That's what it is.
Got it.
So yes. So if you guys can cash app to SoDebNair, money sign SoDebNair, we're almost there. We have $541. So thank everyone who has already donated. But I always forget to play that, but I want to make sure I did it today.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But so, back to the show.
But you know what we never even touched on, which is what it ended on, was the cease and desist. What did you think about that?
Oh yeah,
that was
that. So I think that Jennifer should have done it though. To be honest, to protect herself.
Yeah.
Wait, and you said you think she should have done it, SoDebNair?
To protect herself.
That's because you're a Virgo, and she's a Virgo too.
And that's probably so, Shay. That's probably so.
But so, why do you feel like she shouldn't have done that, Shay? Because really, I mean, she doesn't want to lose what she has been working on for 2 years. Okay. So, because I feel like, you know, look, if it was filmed with her saying, maybe, you know, if he really did, if like, I wouldn't want that lady to, just because she's jealous or trying to film a scene or trying to make drama on a show, cause some real life complications to a court trial. So even if she never really brings it to fruition and drags her down to court, she still has to cover herself so that at least she's showing that she was trying to make an effort to make her stop, right? Why do you think she shouldn't have done it?
I think it was overboard, because it's like, you know, Jackie, she really don't care about that, right? She probably was never going to say anything else about it.
Right. Huh.
So yeah, I was like, girl, that was a lot for me.
Really? Like, I just felt like, I mean, the way that Jackie has been on her this whole season, and the fact that once again she doesn't want anybody attacking
or messing up anything professional for her or her husband and family. But why would she do that to somebody else? She might not care, but it's still not right.
How does Jackie saying that her car wasn't stolen, how would that affect her case?
Because she's not supposed to be talking about the fact that she may have been creating this, so it's not true. Like, the point is that she's trying to get the scammer for scamming, and by Jackie throwing in some questions that maybe Jen is making it up, it makes her whole story irrelevant, her whole case.
I don't even remember Jackie saying that. I remember Jackie saying something about her company.
Yeah, but no, she also said that when she said it more than once, they showed her saying it on camera and they showed her saying it off of camera. When she was sitting down with Brooke, she said, if that man stole her car, if, and they were like, maybe you're right. Like, she's causing doubt on whether what Jen is saying is really what happened, right? And so then they showed her off camera this episode and the previous episode behind camera saying, if that man didn't really take her car, then like, you can't be talking like that. You're not. That's why British can't talk about her case. You're not supposed to talk about ongoing court cases. You're not.
Oh, okay. I don't know. There may be some things I have to experience myself to like get an actual perspective. I think that's one of those things, because for me right now, I'm not going through that. So I feel like it was just overboard.
Right.
Well,
I
what
just
they
feel,
did?
Mm-hmm. She said that if since she hasn't gone through it, she doesn't have that perspective on whether it was right or wrong strongly enough, so that she was saying that maybe, right now for her, not going through it, what Jen is going through, is just overboard for her.
What Jennifer said was true, though. Like, people can't go on and say stuff because it will alter your case.
Yes.
And so I think that what she was saying, like, call me whatever you want to call me, but just don't comment on this.
Right.
Because it does cause some type of confusion. And if she knows Jennifer, then they're going to start reaching out to Jackie saying, well, why do you believe this? And who knows what Jackie's going to say,
Yeah.
Tamiko says, did anyone notice how scared Jennifer looked when Jackie got up and that paperwork? I think she was very scared, because who knows what Jackie's going to do. She's unhinged.
Right.
So I would have been scared too, because Jennifer doesn't fight.
Yeah. That's why it was laughable that
Love to give it says you can't talk about it.
Yeah. And that's why it was laughable that, that Jackie would choose Jennifer to go back and forth with. She knows that she's not a fighter. She's never been a fighter.
Yeah. Now, Shay, did you see our homage to Jelani?
No, I didn't see it.
Well, let's go ahead and do this one more time for people who didn't get to see it, because I just want to play it again.
Okay.
Let's get into it. Shout out to Jelani.
Y'all
Shout out
think
to
he cute?
Jelani and poor Jennifer, because she's making poor decisions.
As always.
Y'all think he handsome?
I do.
Jelani?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
You don't think so?
Yeah, I ain't like his teeth.
They can fix the teeth now.
Yeah, they can fix the teeth. But the muscles,
he seems like a nice guy.
Color, seem like a nice
guy. The face
guy.
part is facing.
Yes.
His eyes are beautiful. I think he's a handsome man.
And he treated her so nice.
Yeah.
That's what I really
Nah,
love.
people be different. People be different behind the scenes. So,
Yeah.
But there has been nothing about him because she would have told us by now.
Yes, and it would have been in the blogs for sure.
It would have been.
Yeah.
She would have told us that, but he treated her so nice. And then here she go date somebody who has a damn criminal past.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. And
I ain't buying it.
And way younger.
Lovely Givian said Jackie wasn't going to do anything to Jennifer. She fights with lawyers. Jackie may be stupid, but she ain't dumb. And Jennifer has always been that way. She always fights with lawyers. She don't fight people.
No, she doesn't.
She wants to
She's
sue
not.
damn Evelyn.
Yes.
And that was her best friend.
Yes.
So Jackie is definitely not above it.
No. Exactly.
So y'all think Jackie going after Jennifer was strategic for the show?
Yeah.
Yes. Why was she? I mean, Jackie has been antagonizing her through this entire season.
Yeah.
Why is she walking next to the stage while Jennifer's on a runway? It has nothing to do with Jackie at all. Jackie is jealous because Jackie is not the matriarch of this franchise. It's Jennifer who's left.
She's bored and she has nothing going on. So her focus to keep some drama on the show was all of a sudden Jennifer, because Jennifer had her hair show. Yep. She had a new relationship.
What happened to the bazaar that she had?
Yeah, right. Like she has things going on, that Jackie doesn't have. And Jackie is almost like delusional to the fact that they're not in the same age bracket. They're not even the same. Like
she needs to call Karen Huger and find out how to make some perfume.
Yes, agreed. I'm like, go compete with one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's sad to see her do what she's done to Jennifer, because every season when people don't have nothing else to do, they fight with Jennifer.
Yep.
And to me, it's not even because Jennifer is a Virgo. To me, it's like she's like the weakest person on the show to fight, because Jackie can't fight with British. She can't fight with Brooke. She can't fight with Angel Brinks because she's gonna look really pathetic.
Right.
So then she has
and she can't fight with Brandi.
Because Brandi will beat her ass and she's too big. So she is Jennifer, because everybody has fought with Jennifer. And they know Jennifer's going to take it so far that then she's going to sue you. And so when Jennifer said there's a cease and desist, she's like, I don't want to F with broke bitches who want money. A cease and desist doesn't give you money.
Right.
So when Jackie said, I'm like, no, Jackie, she just wants you to stop talking about you saying.
But no, the cease and desist doesn't give you money. But what Jackie was saying, if she wins her case, she will get money.
Well, all Jackie has to stop doing is talking about her case. She just Jennifer said, call me whatever you talk about, anything else but this.
Right.
Jennifer has only tried to sue her and I think Evelyn because they popped her in the face.
Yeah, and they wouldn't stop talking. Like they wouldn't stop antagonizing her. Like, and she kept saying, she goes, I don't know, you keep picking at me. I feel like you keep picking at me. And after a while, so people get tired of that, even if you're Jan, So she may not fight with her words. She may not fight with her fists.
I don't blame Jennifer at all.
I exactly. So what she does is fight with her. I don't blame her, because I would be tired of that old lady too. Sorry.
I would have been too. I'd have been sued a long time ago.
Me too.
I would have been no cease and desist. It's a defamation, and it's on national television.
Exactly.
And I don't care if I'm a broke bitch. I'm gonna be a rich bitch when I get done with you.
Right. And
right.
You know what, Shay? When you ask that, if it's for the show, think about the other seasons that both Jen and Jackie have been on. These past 3-4 years, she never had an issue with Jennifer at all.
She's always had an issue with Jennifer, because remember she had one with her because everybody else did. But
Shaunie, I'm talking about not to this point. Yeah,
but it's always because of someone else. So when she came on the season acting fake towards Jennifer, I was really like, that's interesting, because she didn't like Jennifer at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, this has to be the storyline for Jackie, because she has nothing to talk about besides Doug. And we seen at the beginning we seen their marriage thing. Mm-hmm. So which means at the end of the season we're not going to see it. So Jackie has nothing left right now.
Right.
And what she should have put her time in was Brandi in Malaysia.
Yeah.
That would have gave Jackie so much content, but
also
didn't do it.
But also Brandy's asked all of them, including Jackie, repeatedly to stay out of it. She didn't want their help.
When has Jackie ever respected anybody's boundaries?
No, she I think is more afraid of that group, and I feel like she was closer to Malaysia than she was Brandy. So yeah, I don't
She
see her.
literally came on and fought with Tammy and Evelyn for no damn reason when they both came over there. So why would that was big. That was talking about her daughter and stuff. So
Yeah,
to me, that still didn't make any sense because
she's not
Jackie,
going to go toe to toe with Evelyn. She's not. Even when she tried
she
to.
did go. She was on
I
top
was,
of Evelyn.
yeah, but what I said, even when
She
she
called her
tried,
daughter a builder whore.
I know, but when she tried to do it, she still wasn't going to get the traction that she has gotten all season than somebody like Jennifer.
Her traction would have been way better dealing with Malaysia and Brandi.
Well,
And
she
So
would have
y'all
looked
think
more.
the show will be successful without Jackie?
At this point, yes.
Yeah,
I
I
think
feel
do.
like
too.
She has
I
nothing
think
left
so.
to give us.
No, because we don't care. All her kids are grown up. There's
Yep.
no more drama to talk about. Like she doesn't even. She's not even in this. When you
And
see
she's
them
too
all,
old to be crazy Jackie.
yes, and when you see them all together, she just doesn't match anymore. She matched more with the other cast. It was more of a balance.
If she would have came on as like a matriarch person, it would have made
Yeah,
more sense. Like, let me give y'all advice or whatever. It would have made more sense. But her coming on and then causing this issue with taking them to that desert
right.
to stay there, and then them getting into it, and then her trying to make Brandi and Malaysia be friends, and then they really didn't let it go, and she didn't follow up through with it, and then
Right.
her with this Jennifer stuff. Like, it seems like Jackie doesn't have control over anything.
Yeah, that's true.
So she literally like built a bridge for her to fall underneath, and like she can't get up underneath.
I just, yeah, I mean, I will say, even in the beginning, when, before they started trying to see Jackie's point of view, I could have been done with her in the very beginning seasons, to be honest. Like, she wasn't a mainstay to me, and the other girls to me were. But then she found a way to kind of befriend a couple of them here and there at a time, and then the other girls started dropping off, and she started to become a little bit more prevalent. But again, I could take or leave Jackie, but I mean, when I do think of LA basketball wives, I do picture her in there, unfortunately.
Yeah, but they're all gone though. It's just, and
Yeah,
then the girls that came back this season, they're not even like
they
mini
don't fit
season
with
girls.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, only person is Brandi, but everybody, I mean, and even probably British, but we know that Brooke fought her, and we
yeah,
still want to see the footage of that.
right,
Right.
right,
So, but that's what I'm saying. Like her, if she would have stuck with, because think about every season that we watched when they were all falling out with Jackie,
uh-huh,
they all literally fought each other to be friends with Jackie. Jackie didn't do that at all this season. And for me, it's just like Jackie don't give a fuck about none of these girls. She was just there for entertainment purposes only. She don't care who's friends with who. And they threw the ball to her and then she just dropped it.
right. And I feel like Shaunie threw the ball at her because, they were starting to film Shaunie's show about her getting married before they
Oh,
started
that
filming the
horrible
show.
show.
Yeah, I think that it was horrible. And I think that she was entrusting Jackie to keep the girls together, so to speak, and she doesn't
Jackie's
care.
not a lead character at all.
No, she's not.
Y'all
She's
know who
like
I think is a lead character though, that I think have a lot of potential?
who?
Who?
Um, Dang, what's her name? The one who proposed to her man.
Duffey.
Duffey?
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Duffey ran this entire season.
Yeah, because
She
she had
did.
But
the
she has so much to give though.
yeah, I was going to say she had so much more content.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I love to see how Duffey finagled this entire season. She did an amazing job. Like I want to see more of Duffey because of the season. Like I want to see her and Iman get married.
Wow. I don't know if I
Yeah, I
want
do
to see
too.
all that. Do
I
you?
do. I
We
want
didn't get this Duffey when she was on the season before though.
No, because she was in a different headspace. I feel like she has matured and
But that's
grown.
because Tammy was there being the
Yeah.
Yeah.
BITCH. And now
No, and she also she didn't have
she was. Tammy was.
Yes,
she was,
yes,
but
girl.
yes, but I just want to say that she also wasn't the bigger personality. They had too many big personalities on her
Well, she
version.
could have been because that's the same season that Tammy has showed up, and she showed up in the middle of the season, and
Yeah,
then she helped her daughter. Then she's like, "I'm gonna fire you." She's like, "You didn't even hire me." Like Tammy was a. I hated that season because Tammy was so unhinged as well. Um,
but Evelyn was on that season too, right?
no, that was Evelyn wasn't on that season.
Was the season that Evelyn,
She
Shaunie,
came
and
the season
Tammy were
after
on
that.
it? Okay,
It
got it.
was that season that Duffey showed up
Okay, got
because I
it.
think that's the season after Brandi had called. Was that before or she called before or after she called Shaunie a bitch?
That was after she called
Yeah.
Shaunie a bitch before any of these combinations
Oh
started.
yeah. Duffey
Yeah,
came after that.
yeah,
So then they brought Tammy
yeah.
because Tammy came to save their job. Like you already lost your job, so how are you
Yeah.
going to save a job that you already lost? That never made sense to me.
Right.
But then she came there, and I'm like, she didn't make it. They just came on as Mean Girls. Her and Shaunie came on as Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believed everything that Brandi and Malaysia was saying that season.
I know you do, but I agree with they were saying too.
They were kiddie,
Yes, they
but
were.
that's all we loved them because they were kiddie. Those girls, the girls on Miami were different than
No,
girls
that's
in
why
LA, and
you
we liked it.
that's why you love them.
Why were people watching it then before they showed up there?
I was. You weren't.
No,
I
I'm
was.
saying why were people watching LA before they showed up?
Because I like the other girls.
What other girls?
Malaysia,
Miami?
Drea. No, the other girls from LA before.
But she said, but that's that you talking about Malaysia too.
I said Malaysia first.
But she said that Malaysia and Brandi were kiddie. They had no
Together.
substance.
Together.
Did Malaysia have substance with Drea?
Yeah.
Where
I
was
don't
the
I,
substance?
I don't feel like they were off to the side,
She
giggling,
was telling Megan that she
huffing
had
and
a
puffing.
fupa. Drea was very shallow. Like there was no
She
substance
was.
in Drea.
I
Yeah.
loved her, Drea. She was entertaining,
Well, where was the substance in Drea?
making me laugh.
There's no.
That was
There's not. So she was a clown.
yes, basically. She was the
They
funny
all were
one.
clowns, though. That's what I'm saying. So when they said that, it didn't make sense to me because yes, the Miami girls, which I don't really see where the substance was at in Miami either, to be honest. But the Miami girls had their shallow ways. I mean, I think that Evelyn and Jennifer fit in with that because they were very shallow. Because Jennifer didn't know what a food stamp was, so they were very shallow.
All
But
of them were,
when
but that's
Shaunie
what the
said that, I'm like,
but that's what the
where was
show.
the deep conversation that you guys had?
Yeah, but they were genuine friends outside of that show, as were Malaysia and Brandi. So when they came all together to film a show, it
Oh,
was
so you're
more
saying
like,
that Malaysia and Brandi were really friends? They were like solid friends,
yes, they
Yeah, I
were
got a
solid
question about
friends.
them.
and they made that part of the show.
No, that's what you're saying.
I'm asking you because I
I
heard you
got a
say that. I want
question.
to see.
Yes.
Do y'all think that Brandi was justified in how she felt about Malaysia not leaving the show after she got fired for calling Shaunie a bitch?
Wait. Hold on. This is a question for me, Shay.
Yes, it is.
Say it again.
Do y'all think that Brandi was justified in how she treated Malaysia after Malaysia didn't leave the show when Brandi got fired for calling Shaunie a bitch?
So I
No.
think you need to turn it around. I think you want to ask: is Malaysia justified in treating Brandi like she treated Brandi after she
No,
chose
so
a
dead.
side with the
So
other girls
dead.
after that? Because again, let me get it out. Then go ahead. What you got going on? But the reality is this: they asked Malaysia not to bring Brandi around. She kept doing it. Jackie acknowledged that. Tammy acknowledged that. And when she kept doing it, she's like, "Well, she's my friend. I'll bring her around." If let's say that me and Cindy are friends, and then I don't even know you, Shay, but I don't like you. If she keeps bringing you around, and we have a hit show over here, I'm not gonna be cool with Cindy like that. And then if y'all knew each other already, y'all have an issue, it's gonna be an even bigger problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's
So for
nothing.
me,
So
my problem with the situation is this: If Malaysia would have been honest and said, "Hey, Brandy's having bring her around," it would have been very different than her surprising these girls who don't like her. Because Brandy even said outside of that restaurant and said, "Did y'all not know I was going to come here?" And they never said nothing. Even Malaysia never said anything because she knew at that point that she had fucked up. Because they didn't. She didn't know they didn't know she was coming. And so
Oh
when
my
she
God,
sat
so
down,
Deb, you got to stop.
wait.
Come on,
When she
come
sat
on.
down with Jackie and what's her name, Sanaya, who got the girl who got drunk.
Yes.
When she sat down with them, she was like, "How are you here?" And she was like, "Oh, because I know somebody." And she was like, "Did you ever tell them I was coming?" And Malaysia said, "No." I was like, "This is the problem." Because Malaysia is setting Brandy up for
Okay, no. Okay, I let you finish. Let me just
okay.
say, I know that you want to keep beating that same drum. However, you're saying that nothing about Brandy's behavior has anything to do with how her being on the show either worked or didn't work. It's all Malaysia.
No, I'm saying that Brandy felt how she felt. I think that Malaysia felt the same way, but what she did was she edged Brandy on to say it. And it's not Brandy's, that's not Malaysia's fault because I think that Brandy would have said it regardless. But for me, when it comes down to it, Malaysia didn't say nothing. I mean, Brandy didn't say nothing that Malaysia did not feel. But when Brandy got off that show, Malaysia ghosted her. That's what I'm saying.
That's not true though. Because they ghosted each other, and that's not true. I'm sorry.
If I'm
I
Brandy,
can't
I'm
even
going to
allow
ghost
it.
you because you set me up for failure.
She
Because
did not.
you didn't have my back. When I called Shaunie a bitch, she said, "Yes, you are a bitch." Because we all feel this way. Even
No.
even Jackie. Hold on, let me finish.
She
Even
was on the
Jackie
show
felt that way.
first. She's
Wait.
not gonna have to. No.
Let me
Let
finish
me
what I'm
finish.
saying,
She's
Cindy.
not gonna She's not gonna jeopardize her check.
Cindy,
And
but
why
they
should
all
Exactly.
she?
felt that way
When
because
she got
if you look
her
at that
friend on the
season,
show. When she
Cindy,
got
if
her
you look at
friend
that
on the
season,
show.
Cindy, if you look at that season, you remember when Jackie was sitting in that black car when Malaysia walked up and they told her that she was a +1?
No.
And she said, "I'm never a +1. I'm always the one." When Malaysia said that, I knew at that point, and she was like, "I'm not letting us go down." Jackie fell for the Kool-Aid, and so did Malaysia. Brandi never did that because Brandi was like, "I'm not sitting here for this because these bitches came over here because their show was canceled, and they're over here trying to save our show. How are you going to save a show that you already got canceled? It doesn't make any sense."
But it wouldn't even been a show had it not been for their show.
But it also would have been a show because they got canceled because of Tammy and
But
Evelyn.
it was no show because
LA was never on the brinks of being canceled.
But LA didn't even get started. If it wasn't for the
They were
original,
already started when Evelyn and Tammy
the
caused all those
original
problems. They were
show,
already
and then they
a
brought
franchise.
Gloria over there. Then all of these other girls came. They came because they made a show around Gloria, not because
Cindy,
it
you
was
cannot keep
about
making
Brandi.
excuses for these girls. The fact is this: when Tammy and Evelyn made all those problems, you know I love Evelyn, so I'm saying, and Tammy is a problem for me, but she's also I love her. When Tammy Evelyn caused all the problems, because even Shaunie had to go onto the show and like do damage control about Tammy and Evelyn.
I know all of that. So
When
Deb,
she
but
brought them back,
what
when
I
she
don't
brought them
agree
over
with,
to LA, I would have been the same way because they weren't having issues. Their ratings weren't that bad. I think that Shaunie thought it'll make them better because after 2 years they wanted to boost the ratings of LA, but had they let them be, they would have been fine without Evelyn and Tammy. And when Brandi called her out, they didn't like that part because Brandi was calling Tammy out on her shit. Tammy was the real problem out of all that. We expected Evelyn to throw bottles at that damn girl. She was calling her a hoe all the time. Tammy had no reason to fight to steal Keisha's purse. She had no reason to keep calling that girl a bitch.
What does this have to do with
Shay
Shay acts?
She had no issue.
What does
The
this
reason
have to do
Tammy's
with Shay
issue with
acts?
Keisha was a total issue for Tammy. She was a bully.
Why are we talking
Keisha.
about Tammy when Shay asked about Malaysia and Brandi?
Because I'm starting here because when they went over to LA, there was no reason for that because what Tammy said was that she came to save LA. LA wasn't in jeopardy.
It doesn't matter. They could have told her that on the executive producing line. And let's just be clear.
Brandi told her.
Let me just finish. Let's just be clear. and I've always said this, I don't think it's the way, and even Brandi said it herself finally this season. It's not what she says, it's how she says it. And you can't talk to people like that and then expect your friend to talk to people like that too, because Malaysia doesn't speak to people the way that Brandi does. Now, when they work together, they kind of piggyback off of each other. I just don't, you're saying don't make excuses for all of the girls, but don't make excuses for her. If her bad behavior and her mouth got her kicked off the show, and even if she came back on the show later or whatever, that was her choice. If I wouldn't let my friend who I brought on the show say you need to walk with me, or you're gaslighting me by saying that you want me around. Nobody told Brandi she had to come back if she didn't feel comfortable. If somebody told me thank me for my services, I don't care if she could have apologized on bended knee. I would never have gone back to the show. That was Brandi's choice.
Okay, so Cindy,
I think it was directed towards the wrong person
hold on, real
anyway.
quick.
I didn't think that
Real
Shaunie
quick.
was being a bitch.
I got one simple question.
Thank you. Me too.
So Brandi's behavior is worse than Tammy's behavior and Evelyn's behavior?
No, but Brandi is
No.
not Evelyn's. It's not Shaunie's friend. Evelyn and Tammy is,
Brandi,
or were.
if it, I don't. Tammy was never her friend. Tammy admitted that.
She said she was. She
said she was
her
an
friend.
actor and she acted on the show. She said
No,
that with her own
and
mouth.
she said that when she was bitter. But when she said
Mhm.
when she first
No,
got
she
off
was,
the show,
but she
let me
said that she went to the show and acted.
Let me finish really
Okay.
quickly. She said when she first started checking out of that show, she said, "I thought Shaunie and I had a real friendship."
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
was the truth of it. She said,
And
"I
so none
thought
of the other
Shaunie."
girls thought that either.
Let me just finish. She said, "I thought Shaunie and I had a real friendship." She goes, "I know that she and Evelyn had a real friendship, but in my opinion, they had a real relationship and we did not,
Mm-hmm.
because she chose Evelyn over me, basically." Now that's what she said right when she started checking out of the series, and then she had that horrible last season, and then she was out. And since then, she was just like, "No, we were never really friends." But when she was really hurt about it, she really thought that they were real friends because they would spend time outside of the show. But when it came down between Tammy and Evelyn, Shaunie chose Evelyn. And so Tammy was done with her. And I don't blame her. But what I'm saying is, no, they did, at a certain point, they all did have more friendship with Tammy and Evelyn, not Brandi.
So then, why was Brandi on that franchise then?
Because Malaysia, her friend, brought
No,
her
I'm talking
on.
about in Miami. She was on in Miami
Because she was at a she
before
was
there was
at
a
a
Jackie or a Malaysia. Brandi was over in Miami.
she was still at an event. She was still with her basketball husband. I'm sure it was some sort of NBA thing.
I don't think that Shaunie was friends with any of those girls in Miami, to be honest. And I don't think she was friends with Jackie at all.
She was.
I think that she thinks that Jackie.
I think her only friend was Evelyn.
Yes, I was going to say
That's what I think,
about.
Shay. That's exactly what I think.
That's what I just said.
There's no loyalty to our friendship with anybody but Evelyn.
That's what I just said.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't
SoDebNair.
feel like when we're talking about this situation with Brandi, that, and I mean, y'all know I'm gonna stand down 10 toes down with Brandi, but I'm just saying with any of these girls, there was never a friendship with anybody besides Evelyn. And
Yes.
Shaunie has said that. So
and
Tammy said that.
No,
But
no.
for Tammy to go on and say, I thought we were friends. Huh?
Shaunie said that Tammy was her friend. She considered her friend.
At that time, at least, she thought they were friends.
And then Tammy said they were never friends, that she was friends with Shaq, not Tammy.
This was when they
I
had
feel
the
like
falling
if Jennifer,
out.
I mean, not Jennifer, if Brandi didn't talk to Malaysia and was like, "Look, girl, when we get to the table, I'm going to tell Shaunie she a bitch to her face. We going to walk away, and that's going to be that."
Right.
If she didn't, if they didn't agree on that, then I feel like Brandi didn't have, like, she wasn't justified to being mad at Malaysia, because Malaysia got to get her own bag too.
Right.
For her kids.
Right.
So, I mean, Malaysia, she can't control what comes out of Brandi's mouth.
She can't control what comes out of her mouth. And that's what I said. It's not her being honest. It's how you say something. If you want to get...
So there you like, girl, bye.
I am, because I don't come to me like, let's say me and Cindy don't like you, right, Shay? And I'm like, let's say that I'm Malaysia, and I'm like, I hate Shay. You know, Shay is a bitch, and I can't stand her. And every day I'm going on and on and on and on and on about Shay. But I know that Cindy is the mouthpiece. I know that I might be the one who will pull up on your ass, but I'm going on and on and on about it. So when Cindy decides to say, you know what, Shay, you a bitch, and then all of a sudden you're like, and let's say that you're the producer of the show, you're like, thank you for your services, Cindy. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, wait a minute now, y'all gonna really let her go because she said thank you for your services? You're not the like end all be all of the show, which is why Brandi came back multiple seasons.
She's the creator of the show.
But my loyalty to Cindy is going to change because when I said it, you said nothing. And for me, that's where I stand with Brandi when it comes down to this, because when Brandi said you are a bitch, she sat there and didn't say anything. The reality is that they both felt that way. And wait. I'll let you so let me finish. Also, Jackie felt that way because when they went out to that when Malaysia went out to that truck, when they told her that Malaysia was the plus one, she said, "Well, they invited me," and she was like, "Well," she said, you are a plus one." She told Malaysia she's the plus one. She said, "Oh, I'm never a plus one. I am the one." So they never even liked Malaysia. So then all of a sudden, she brought up Brandi. And I'm like, no, they said a plus one will bring a plus one. So it's like, well, then where does the loyalty land at when it comes to even Jackie? Because you have no loyalty to me at all. And now I'm in this mess. Then her and Tammy is getting into it. And she's like, oh, I got time. I got that time. Okay, well, then where's the time at? Because you ain't stepped to me and said another thing. So when it comes down to it, the reality is this. Those girls from Miami came to a show who was already given what it's supposed to give. Those girls didn't have anything because their show had got canceled because Tammy had stole that girl's purse. She got drunk off that damn beer and then shot a Patron. Evelyn had threw that bottle at that girl and they was canceling Miami. After that time, Shaunie gave them like a year apart and brought it to another franchise that was already doing well for itself. And then all of a sudden, Tammy was like, "Oh, we need you." They never needed Tammy or Evelyn or Shaunie over there. That's their own personal opinion because we always watching the show. So don't come to me with that. And that's why Brandi called her a thirsty sugar mama because she went up to every restaurant she can get on, and Tammy agreed to it.
Well, I just feel like, from what you're saying, you're saying that basically, regardless of how Brandi communicates and what she says, that it's everybody's fault except for that grown woman conveying herself correctly to get the proper response that she wanted. Now, if I cuss somebody out, which I will, if I cuss somebody out for a friend, then I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to blame them if I get the boot because of what came out of my mouth. I would never do that to my friend because I chose to say what I wanted to say. And that's all I'm saying. I don't blame anybody for anybody's bad behavior. And even if Jackie felt that way, and I do feel like she did feel like that, that she was a bitch, the difference between Malaysia and Jackie is that they didn't say it. So all I'm saying is, take accountability for what you say and do. And I would not blame a friend for something that I may have mishandled. It's not anybody's fault. It's my fault.
Well, why was bitch so offensive when Tammy had called Keisha a bitch, and more bitch? Tammy
because
and
nobody
Evelyn,
cared about
they
Keisha.
have all called people bitches the entire franchise.
But they weren't calling.
They have
the
fought
EP
many
that.
of girls. They have done so much more worse
They weren't
than
calling
saying the word
creator
bitch
and
to
the
Shaunie.
executive producer a bitch.
But she's also a part of the show, and this is why
It
she's
doesn't
under the fire right
matter.
now. Hold on, this is why she's under fire right now because you cannot be on the show and then not be a part of the show, and that's the thing that I feel like is unfair when it comes down to Brandi, because yes, they might all feel like Shaunie's a bitch, but if I cannot call you that to get off the show.
So what you're saying, Deb, so if, like, say Brandi started a successful catering business, right? And she's the boss and she's saying, okay, we have to make these orders, deliver these orders, blah, blah, blah. And she has some little snot-nosed young kid being like, I'm not doing that. And then she's like, yes, you are going to listen. Yes, you are. This is my business. This is my brand. This is my name. You wouldn't even have a check if it wasn't for me. And they go, but we don't need you, bitch. You be okay with that?
But before I said that part, that's still rude though.
Okay.
She was
Like you
rude to
can't,
her
like you
before.
can't be disrespectful to me and then not respect this. I mean, expect
Brandi had
disrespect.
been disrespectful to her.
No, she had not. They had literally been tearing them down that entire season.
Oh
They
my
had called
God.
them kitty
Okay.
cliquish. Tammy had asked them were they lesbians. Like they had really been on their asses that entire season. So by the time that Brandi had asked her to tell her that, I understood why she said that because I'm like, well, I mean, you're a bitch. Like you called us, we have no substance. We are kitty cliquish, all this stuff. And I'm like, but Tammy and Shaunie are the same way. And let Evelyn have been there, they would have been very kitty cliquish. But then when she said it, when she explained what it was, she was saying they were eating its vaginas.
That's not realistic. Because if you,
that was very disrespectful.
I know, but the situation is not realistic. Like if you at a job and you hate your boss, you're not gonna go to your boss.
Listen, I'm not the person that's gonna hold about somebody for my boss. I will say what the fuck I want to say and that's me. So that might be different for you guys, but I have never had a problem with holding my tongue back, with not expressing how I feel, but to my boss. If you a bitch, I'm gonna say you being a bitch.
Well, that's why you're an entrepreneur.
Yes, that is why. Because I can't. You can't disrespect me. You will not.
Well, then don't be on a reality show where they disrespect each other all the time because that's
the
job.
I think when you're on a reality show, you're all disrespecting each other, and then you're on the show. Then why are you not? Like, what saves you from this? And if that's the case, then why are you here?
I can't do it anymore. The season's done. I can't keep going through the same thing because it's not, the math is not mathing and it's not balancing out. Like I said, what the truth is the truth to me and fair is fair. And I just feel like the fact that she came back, she apologized to Shaunie apologized to her, you know, and she was like, I remember them sitting in a diner or something or restaurant.
They both owed each other an apology. So I
agree and they did. But what I'm saying is that I feel like, you know, you cannot sit there and behave a certain way and expect no result to happen. And I'm not going to excuse this woman for doing it. I'm sorry for the things that she's gone through. But again, go work on those issues that give you that kind of, and when she identified them this season, she knows that she has them. So work on that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to say.
My boss is not going to abuse me either. I'm sorry.
Abuse you? She took you on vacation. You wouldn't have been on an island if it wasn't for that show.
It's a part of the job, though. She didn't pay for that. The company paid for that. So no.
Which is
she's not my boss. My boss is never going to abuse me.
Which was at the time part of her production company. All right.
But but they trying to take her off the show, which means she doesn't have that much control. So
now
again,
we're talking about 15 to 20 years.
If they can take her off the show, that means that she doesn't have that much into the business.
Because she wants to be a pastor.
But my thing is, if they take her off the show, that means that she never really had that much into it. She may own Shed Media.
She says she has partners that are also producers on the show, but she's one of the main ones. And she said that she goes
but she can't
on
be
the
main
show.
one. They can take her off though.
She said that she goes on the show when they ask her, when they need her to, and that's why she goes on the show. But then, you know, but again, that was like 15, 20 years ago. She doesn't have the need. She's not in the same place that she was when she created that show. They created that show for Shaunie.
Absolutely, I believe that. But I'm just saying, I'm not. My boss not going to disrespect me though. Period. I ain't never.
But how did Shaunie disrespect me?
I don't think Shaunie disrespect my life. I will cuss out any boss that feel like they can disrespect me. I don't care.
But she didn't call her a
or
bitch.
what you do. You will not disrespect me. So and if I feel like you being a bitch, I'm going to say you're being a bitch.
But guess what? Then if Shaunie had disrespected her and called her a bitch first, then okay, fine. But she did not disrespect her first.
She degraded her.
Oh my God.
She did, and her and Malaysia.
I gotta go. I cannot do this.
We wasn't going to agree with this, Cindy.
That's why I never want to keep bringing it up, because you won't ever see the balance of it, and it's not right what she did. And I think she learned from that experience, because she never did that again. So
you think that Shaunie was right?
I think that Brandi should not have done that at all.
But Shaunie was right though.
I don't care if Shaunie was right or wrong.
That's a major factor in this conversation. No. Was Shaunie right?
No. Brandi is responsible as a grown woman for her own mouth. That's what I'm saying. If she cannot take accountability of that, nothing that you're going to say to
She
try to
did multiple
explain to
times
me.
though.
No, that you're going to say that Malaysia's gaslighting. Jackie hated him too. The girls from LA did
No,
this.
I
Everything to
said that. I
deflect.
said that. That's what I said. She didn't say
That's what
that.
I
I
just
said that.
said. You said
Yeah.
all of this. Everything to deflect from this
But my
woman
question
taking
is, so
accountability
Shaunie was
for her
right the entire
behavior.
time?
I don't think that it's an issue with Shaunie. We're talking about Brandi and why she had herself off the show and why people had an
And
issue
my
with her.
conversation is because of Shaunie, because Shaunie was being a bitch.
No, it was because of her, the way she was talking to people on the show. And
To
nobody has to sit
Shaunie.
there and okay. All right, I gotta
Who
go.
was she talking to like that besides Shaunie?
She was calling a whole bunch of women bitches and stuff, and that's why her and Malaysia stuck to themselves and did their own activities. What do you mean?
Brandi was the only person saying bitches on the show.
No. But I said it was the way she came across to the other women that were existing on the show. I can't. I'm not.
It
going
was
to do
only
this.
her, Megan. It was her, Megan. What's her name? Drea.
Jackie.
I mean not Evelyn. Shaunie and
In Malaysia.
Candy in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
So out of all the people that want to show, Malaysia, Brandi, Drea, and even Megan were on good terms. So all you have left is Shaunie and Tammy and Jackie. And Jackie is like in the middle of all this. So who was she talking mess to?
I feel like I never liked her the delivery. I feel like she always her and Malaysia at one point always seemed to isolate themselves, giggling and snickering and all of that stuff. It did feel like high school, and maybe it's because I'm older. I was not entertained by that, and I feel like she's always had a slick mouth, even when she got into a confrontation with British, and now they're all of a sudden, oh, we miss you, baby B, but you weren't talking to her like that when you guys were on that rooftop cussing each other
British and her
out.
didn't have an issue. That was her and Sunday. Because remember,
No,
British
no.
went up to the room. Remember, British went up to the room with them, and she talked to Malaysia and Brandi. That's how Brandi got mad at Sunday because she told her to go have a baby. They didn't really have an issue.
But again, is somebody is somebody in control of then Brandi running down there and having conflict with her?
Well, I mean, if I can't have a baby, you tell me don't have a baby. I don't give a damn who it is. I'm going to run down these steps and beat your ass real quick
Oh
because
my God.
you know I can't have one. So why would you say that? You know I have a sickness? That's horrible.
Okay.
And even when British said it, British realized that she had messed up even repeating that to Brandi because Brandi didn't hear it. And that's why I think that British and Brandi had the relationship that they do have because British didn't have an issue with them. Malaysia went off on them because she said that British was a drunk. I mean that Sunday was a drunk. I think she told British that she was a bitch, and then she told Jackie that she's a liar or something like that. But Malaysia, Brandi never even went off on them.
Okay.
But then when Brandi goes off, she's the problem.
I'm not going to go back and forth. I was done 10 minutes ago when I said I gotta go. I'm not going to keep talking.
I love you, Cindy.
I love you too. Let you tell me what day works better so that we can take a quick peek at the reunion.
Let's do it tomorrow.
Okay.
I don't have nothing to do tomorrow, so let's do it tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Shay, for coming up, and thank you, Tribe, for tuning in. We made it through a whole season, even with a really long break.
Yes.
And hit the like button, everybody. Nice to meet you too. Have a good night.
Love you, Cindy. I'll hit you up tomorrow after I make everything. Because again, it's not really long. So
no, it's not. Okay. Sounds good. Have a good night.
All right. You too.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Right. Shay,
when is the reunion?
I think it's next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're recapping it next week.
Oh, so that was
one thing I do like about me and Cindy is like we will agree to disagree. We might go into it, but it doesn't really change our relationship. So I love that part because we do go back and forth about basketball wise. But we're just passionate about the show. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna head out too.
Okay, I'm about to end this show. You're for 3 hours. Oh God.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know it was that long.
But I'll come back in when you go. You gonna go live next week?
We're gonna be live tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow? Okay.
We'll be doing a recap of the preview of the reunion.
Okay. All right. Have a good night.
Are you too? Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. Bye.
Bye. I am tired. I'm about to go to bed, but thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Check me and Cindy out tomorrow at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna go over the trailer for the reunion. I know this was a long journey with this show, but I'm happy that we stuck with the entire season. It makes me feel good about that part. But make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn notifications, comment down in the comment section if you haven't already done that part. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.
Did it, I 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 did it, did it, you did it, I did it, you did it, did it, I did it, I did it, I did it, did it, I did it, I did it, I did it, I did it.